What is up? We are live. We are joined by Steve, taking over for Meg today. How's it going?
Doing well, doing well. Glad I could jump in. I know Meg couldn't make it, but
Yeah.
glad I could jump in. Always enjoy drafting and talking ball with you.
Yeah, she messaged me like, hey, I got a massive headache. You might have seen. I'm like, I always cool drafting with Steve. So like, yeah, absolutely. She'll be back. She'll be on next Wednesday though. So
Yeah.
that is ironed out. But let's say hi to the chat. We got Pepper Tony, we got JT, we got Mike Rob, we have the Jack up here. We got Go AZ Cars. We got Jamie the Gale. What's up, everybody? We're gonna actually draft a BBM today. It'll only be my sixth. I'm probably only gonna do like 15 to 20 this year. So I'm gonna stream all of them. I think I'm gonna do them all with the villain is here. My poll question is who will win Jeopardy tonight? The hero, who, or the villain? Nice and blunt.
It's going to be a good one tonight.
It really will be. I feel underprepared, but he was saying last night he felt underprepared. So maybe
I don't know. Both of you have done really well in the chat with questions, throughout this process, and you're both obviously very sharp drafters. So I think it's going to be a good one. So I'm really excited for it.
All right, but we will get into more of that and into the BBM after the intro.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in Runaan's infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, came in chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
So before we jump into draft, let's talk a little bit about what do you do different in a BBM versus like a Chihuahua? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think you can approach it two different ways. Like being a little bit more risky and building with more like upside swings. At the same time, I don't think you want like a team of all Alec Pierces, like you want some guys who can help get you to the playoffs. You might need, the spike week receivers and spike week running backs in the playoffs a bit more, but I don't think you want to be like all in on that, because then likely you just didn't get enough points to get through there to begin with. So, but I am a little bit more open to like the two quarterback approach here, just because you're playing for just such upside, and having like two, particularly if one's elite quarterback, can just separate you in these pods. If you get to a pod and not even the finals, but the the 113, whatever, it's like. You have a couple years ago, you needed Josh Allen. Like when he went off week 15, you just needed him.
And I look at the Bills playoff. I'm fading. Like I got 4.5% of Josh Allen, but we all know Josh Allen needs pushed. And we all know Josh Allen sucks against the Texans. But luckily, they played the Texans week 1, which sucks for Eliminator.
Yeah.
But like he has two really good games in week 15 and 16. Even if he isn't a play I want at all in week 6 and week 17, I do worry a little bit that he could be the guy one of those 2 weeks. I think one of those games is Detroit, and another one is it's two like high-powered teams that they're going against that I think are going to push him. So,
yeah, I mean that's where we see superhero Josh Allen, and he just has an upside that's honestly even higher than Lamar's. Like. He's had these like 45-point games, and
every year.
Yeah.
It's not every other year. It's every year.
It's like Trevor Lawrence did that in week 15 last year, but odds are Trevor Lawrence is not doing that this year. Josh Allen, you can almost count on he's having a 40-point game every year. Now it could be week 2, but if it's week 15, it's going to be what you need.
I'm also a little more open to players like Luther Burden and Jameson Williams than I am in a smaller field finals. Like the 200-some field finals, I don't know. Like it doesn't mean that if you get there with them, like it's that 25-point week that they just happen to have here and there at the 4th round cost that like does separate you a little bit. It's not like what you have to have probably, but it helps a lot when they have those weeks. And
Agreed.
with the field being 1,000, like almost 1,000 in the finals, like I think that those players hold a little more value than the 200 finals as well.
Yeah, and I think, and just, I mean, we can even talk about this exercise with the single team. Like, in general, I'm Ramondre at cost over Travion, but in something like this, sign me up for the 30-point spike week of Travion.
Yeah. All right. Enough talking about that. Let's put it into action. Are you ready to jump into draft?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to jump into BBM, everybody. We're going to jump in 15 seconds.
We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns, who waits, immortal.
Waiting on one for a BBM. I think I'm going to guess we have like 5 members, 6 members. Like the Who Crew, pretty active in these drafts. Or we get the 102. Yeah. That's
nice.
I think this is my favorite spot to draft. Like this one or like the 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Go AZ cards at the 4. We got Frank at the 6. We got Buddy Man at the 8. And I think that's it. If you're here and I didn't shout you out, say something.
Nice. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it's fun to draft with a lot of people, but at the same time, sometimes it's good to only draft with a couple since only 2 of us can move on.
Speaking of that, the Jake, did you like the Eliminator strategy video I did? The members only? Because he joined yesterday. I told him to watch it. He's like, I'll do that right afterwards. So
nice.
Who a big fan of the 2-hole? Thanks, Mike Rob.
Oh, he's always Mike Rob.
Thanks, Mike Rob. Big fan of the 2-hole. All right, so I lean Bijan over Gibbs because of the playoff schedule, but like I'm not going to argue with the market. And I did do a Dalmatian where I got the 101. I took Bijan there, but we get Gibbs.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think there's a wrong answer between the two. Like,
and you're Gibbs over Jamar, right?
I am. I mean, I'm probably more bullish on Chase than most, but I just think these anchor running backs, and also because when we come back, a running back is not likely to fall. You're much more likely to get a receiver to fall. Is the way I kind of feel.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like just because there we go. We got Go AZ cards pulling up Saquon. So that means the 12-hole in this lobby has a chance. I was at the 10-hole yesterday on DK and I got a Jefferson. I've been noticing Genty fall a little bit over there. So I took I've been taking the receivers ahead of him and I got a Jefferson Genty start.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, from the 10-hole. It wasn't even, and Breece Hall fell all the way back. I'm not like super in on Breece, but
yeah, when you get him at a better value, sure.
Yeah. And then Kyron fell all the way back. So like, I put it in my Discord. It's a pretty fun little team.
I mean, that is the thing on DK is there can be just some wild teams.
Now, they all took quarterbacks and like almost ruined my day with quarterback. But like I ended up with 3 of them, like semi-stacked, one of them being Geno. Doesn't feel great, but it's there, like.
We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, but like I should win the other positions.
Yeah.
I got Josh Downs at I was debating between Josh Downs and Corum at 106. And I took Downs, who had fell 10 picks. And Corum came back around, and I had to choose then if I wanted to try to push quarterback or not. I'm like, well, I should get I had Tyler Warren, I think. I was like, I'll get Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes went at 118. I'm like, okay, well, I was like, I'll just push it and get Cam Ward and Danny Dimes, and they both went before my next
Oof.
pick. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're scrounging. Guess,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what's your thoughts on what Go AZ Cards here did, or Go AZ Cards did here?
You mean goats cards?
Yeah, Ghost Cards. Yeah,
I mean, when somebody's drafting a volume, I don't mind it. Like mix it up. I'm much more likely to mix up my build in the second and third round, like pull somebody up 15 spots, something like that, than the first round, just because I want to make sure I get decent exposure to all these key guys. But I think mixing it up fun. To your point, like these are going to be large pods, large finals, and Saquon has upside. It's not like this guy is drawing dead to be running back 1, and definitely not drawing dead to be running back 3. So, I mean, that's what he's going to need for it to pay off.
yeah. I'm kind of clearly Nico here.
Yeah, me too.
And I think in my opinion, it's clearly Nico and Rice, and then like it's everybody else. I don't know where you're at on Rice, but I personally, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think I'm more Devonta Smith just because I think there's a big upside swing case here. But if you want to go Rice, like I get it.
Yeah. So
Smith goes. So,
and the other thing I don't mind is I don't mind pulling up like an Olave, Flowers, a Travis. Like
yeah.
I don't mind doing something like that. Like
no, I mean let's go Rice. I don't have a ton of them right now, but I need to get more. Yeah, and it's
I love the running backs to come back around. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know about you. I'm like, I know you're pretty out on Waddle. I kind of said this, but like, I just keep moving them up. Like,
it's not that I'm out. Like, I'm excited that he's on a better team, better offense. I just am not sold. Like when we turn over the points. Week 17. Now, in something like this, I'm much more in on Waddle because Waddle has a spike week upside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think it's very, very fun. But yeah, in something like, the German Shepherd, where it's 100-person final, I think I'm more in on the discount of Cortland Sutton, just because his touchdown role, I don't think changes. And
do you know how many?
I think the point total between them could be 7, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was looking it up today because I was curious, and I'm like, I was expecting it to be more like closer to 10. I was surprised it was 7, but like he still got like 60 yards in a lot of games, right?
Well, he also had 7. I think they only had like 24 passing touchdowns. This is something I've been talking about with Bo Nix. Is they were very inefficient with passing touchdowns. I talk a lot about Aaron Rodgers averaging 4.8% touchdown rate, which was tied for 11th. Bo Nix was low. It was like 4% or something like that. So I expect positive regression there.
Yeah. Wasn't he really good the year before that too?
Mm-hmm. Like he was much better the year before. So that's why I expect positive regression. And, that's why the year before Sutton had 10. So that's why I just think that can come back. And I think Waddle actually in some ways helps them, because one other thing I noticed is sometimes when they played a really good team with a really good corner, they just went away from Sutton because they're just not going to mess with that.
Well, that is my biggest negative point on AJ Brown is like he plays Patrick Surtain in week 17.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that I love that. Like, I do think I like the AJ Brown pick in marathon format so much more than I do in playoff format.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to fade him, like, because he is AJ Brown, and if he's old AJ Brown, he can literally moss anybody,
Yeah.
So like, I'm not like saying he can't do that, but it is a lot harder when you're going against the best on the other side.
Well, and to this point is 2 years ago when the Cincy Denver game went off, Chase had a good game, but it was T. Higgins who absolutely shined. Why? Because Surtain was doing a lot of Jamar Chase.
All right, so we're about on the clock here. My ranks have Terry at the top. He's at the top of there too. Are you pretty in on David Montgomery, or do you want one of these wide receivers? I mean, I'm kind of clearly him.
Yeah, I mean, let's go Terry. And then if Monty comes back, I'm totally in on that. But I do kind of think there's a tier break with Terry, in my opinion.
I think with the ones that are left,
Well, DJ
yes.
Moore, I also have above the JMO, but
so we could go with any of these guys. I don't even hate the Christian Watson pull up. I don't know where you're on him. I think there's
you want to do Swift. Yeah,
I love the Swift pick. So
especially with the Detroit, we just get both running backs from that game.
Yeah, I actually don't know that game's going to be one of those to where we get a bunch of passing anyway. And it could be one of those things where you only need one of these running backs in that game. I mean, that's perfectly fine, but you might need both of the running backs in that game to get there.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I thought Allen was going to fall there for a second. I went back to I had noticed it, and I went back to the other thing to look for a second to kind of start talking about things. I'm like, well, let's not talk about this. Let's just move on past that and act like nothing's happening. Yeah, the classic sweaty lobby fall on Josh. I would have been instant clicking Josh Allen.
Oh man, I mean,
I wouldn't have asked.
You're poor Meg at that point.
Yeah, no, sorry, Steve. It's just a Josh Allen and also an Aaron Rodgers team. Well, we're gonna attack Aaron Rodgers on now.
Well, Cards, we were just hoping that you went to the fridge to get a beer or something.
Yeah. Well, then he would have been top of ADP.
True.
No, I was the only I highly doubt. It actually is probably Saquon London Allen is something that's not going to be a 0% chance thing because I bet people do that from the 12 hole. So
yeah.
I kind of think that what happened there, you not getting him, probably makes the most sense. For you to have the unique Saquon Barkley pairing there, because I mean you would be fitting in the Trey McBride into it, which those teams will never get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been unique either way. We're doing great, no cap. How we doing? We're doing a BBM. I don't do many BBMs, so we're seeing how it goes. And obviously, there's a player we want to come back. No surprise. My top owned quarterback. I've actually moved from 19% all the way down to 15%. I've been forcing myself to take a little bit of Parker, a little bit of more BTJ, a little bit more Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison, I'm actually kind of overweight on right now. I've been pulling up. I just feel like if I'm going to kind of fade Michael Wilson to the degree I am, and McBride, somebody has to do something. And before the appendix almost exploded, he was doing pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm in that ballpark. I think his price is fine.
Yeah.
It's the other prices that I think are off. And that's why I'm
so
more out on them.
I'm pretty in on Tony Pollard here too. Mekhi Lemon, I think we're both a little out on him. The QJ price seems kind of high, but this is kind of an instant pick, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we're set up well there because, just and if not, we could have pivoted to a Caleb Williams with the Swift Zach.
So I do not like the Quentin Johnston price, but we do have Rice.
I'm probably more Pollard did go. I'm actually okay with QJ. It's not my favorite, but
that's where I'm at. It's him, DK, one of these other guys. We could just,
I think QJ with the Rice thing.
I'm surprised that the one hole didn't double tap because they have Bijan and Montgomery. I'm surprised that Tofi here didn't also take Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
I personally like the Pollard click a little more, and I get that Jalen Hurts is not a guy that's ever really you want to double stack. I think once last year he actually finally had a game to where double stacking him was good.
Yeah.
But I I don't think it hits that often where Jalen Hurts double stack, but he does hyper target one receiver every week, kind of. So I think getting Devonta Smith through might require a later receiver with him.
No, and that's what I was just going to say, because to your point, rarely would both receivers go off. I think the game you're talking about was the Vikings game, and they both absolutely shredded the Vikings. But yeah, the ability to push like a low-owned Devonta Smith through to, ideally week 17 would be the fun way to do it, by taking a Lemon or Goddard, and maybe I'll still target Goddard later.
The thing I don't understand, and this was Luther Burden last year on Underdog, his ADP was 12 spots higher than on DraftKings, where he has more value. Like these PPR rookie upside swings in 20 round full PPR just have more value, because you can get that ugly veteran like a Calvin Ridley, a Cooper Kupp, a Devon Vele in the last round to kind of supplement some of those points. And you don't have that luxury here. And he goes higher. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, he's just not going to score, unless he becomes ASB, which I don't believe he is. He's just not going to score at the same level as many of the other receivers in this range.
Right.
Including QJ, including Alec Pierce, including DK Metcalf, and Sutton. All those guys just have a much bigger upside. And you can point to somebody like Josh Downs, who's moved up with a similar profile, but there is an expectation. It's a difference for a guy like Josh Downs, who's shown in flashes that he can take over games and do things. Like, we're talking about a rookie here. And to your point last year, Luther Burden was the week 17 guy, but he was not the guy up until that point. Luther Burden had Ricky Pierce all year.
You had to drag him through.
Yeah.
And it was hard to do that on Underdog because his price was even higher.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, and that's your exact point there. And it's, not easy.
The one hole probably doesn't want Mahomes if he gets here.
Yeah, especially with Worthy going.
I would be up for trying to push him around with Dowdle.
I think that's the right call.
If we have that opportunity. And if we don't, do we want to just lock it up? Do we want to take one of these other guys?
I was going to say I like Laporta, but I don't know if the one hole would take him either.
Yeah, I think we take Mahomes.
Okay.
The one hole had Loveland, I believe it was. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think building out some of that game stack, and every once in a while, Goff just free falls. And if Goff fell all the way back, I'm not pushing to get Goff, but if he fell all the way back, I'm kind of in. These running backs do dry up a lot, though. So I wouldn't hate a Dobbins or an upside swing there either. That's up to you. Like I like Laporta a lot.
Probably if I would go any running back, it would be Gainwell. Just loving his playoff schedule. I mean, Rams are a little worse now, but I just think there's real opportunity there. But
so
I think Laporta we've talked about this before, and I think we're both in agreement. Brock Bowers has the best odds to finish tight end 1. But after that, I think people just assume it's Trey McBride is next. And maybe he is next, but I think, the next 4 tight ends are very, very close to him, much closer than their ADPs are currently showing. And that includes Laporta.
Oh, right. No, I think Laporta is clearly the 6, but I do see worlds where he finishes tight end 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And if he finishes tight end 2 or 3, he definitely is worth this price.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. I think that Tucker Kraft is just a better bet to do that. I think Tyler Warren's a better bet to do that. And I think Loveland's a better bet to do that. But they're all priced as that too. So that doesn't make the Laporta bet wrong.
Yeah, no, I think like if you had to, give odds of guys to finish tight end 1, I think it's those guys that you mentioned.
And Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, yeah. But I think Laporta, I think we forget, we talked about before when we did a tight end show, you look at the first half of the year before he got injured, Laporta was on a pretty damn good pace.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was smashing.
And you have Drew Petzig coming in, who is known as a tight end whisperer. Like, look what he's done for Trey McBride. And
he doesn't have Kyler throwing to him.
Doesn't have Kyler. And then the other aspect is simply, like, we've talked about this before also, is there's no David Montgomery there. That was 7 or 8 touchdowns. Like, those are going to filter somewhere. It's not going to be all Gibbs, and it's not going to be all Pacheco.
And some of them will filter to, I do think a couple will filter to Tesla, but
probably. But he already had 6 touchdowns, so it's not like
I think he is like 6 touchdowns probably is kind of where he ends again this year.
Yeah, but
like 300 yards. And if he doesn't get a multi-touchdown game, it's kind of a bad pick. So these are my current ranks, by the way. Where are you at on the Minnesota backfield?
So when I was on with Neil earlier this week, talked about it. I mean, I'm more Aaron Jones than Mason, but he said that, there's some reports that Mason is the lead. And I just struggle because I know Mason has 0 passing upside.
Right. I mean, Matthew Golden and Wandale are still here. I love Wandale this year. Like, I love Wandale. It's such a good price. Like, but we don't need that style of player here. So I'm pretty okay with it. This guy's got 5 RBs. We probably just landed Rashad White. You want to do that? I love that.
I love Rashad White here. I mean,
it's such a great fit for what we needed there.
Yeah. And he got great minicamp buzz and all that.
And we could go with Travis Kelce here. We could go with Aaron Jones. Running back does kind of dry up after this, but I feel really good about these 3.
Yeah.
And I think that if we go with Kelce, we could stop at 2. We could still add a third if you wanted to add a big upside swing guy like a Stowers or a Ferguson or somebody like that there at the end. If we have a free pick, I'm fine taking one of these 2 guys as well. Or Diggs. Like, I'm fine with taking any of those. Because the tight ends that come back around are really strong too. So
they are though. I am, especially with Mahomes. I think Kelsey's a very fun pick and easily stopping at 2 there. Even if neither one's tight end 1, they could be tight end 2 and 3. Like that.
And we have both teams double stack now.
Yeah. So this feels good.
And Kelce, I believe, was 3rd last year in yards.
He was 3rd in total fantasy
He was 4th.
points.
He was 4th in – what do I have this sorted by? So by total fantasy points, he was 4th. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And he was 2nd at the point that Mahomes got injured and then fell because it was not pretty after that.
Yeah, and he actually ran bad on touchdowns. Like, he only had 5 touchdowns. Thank you, Travis Kelce, because week 2 – I was 5th in the Wildcat, and Travis Kelce dropped a touchdown pass right at the goal line, and because of that, I kept the $2,000. So thank you, Travis Kelce.
Yeah, so that time you're happy with it as a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I'd also I was like, that's not great for my best ball bags, but I'll take it. So. And by the way, if you guys are just coming in, if you could smash the like, that'd be fantastic. And if you like Steve's content, go to the Fanspeak network and give him a follow. I'll actually be on Fanspeak later tonight on Best Ball Jeopardy. If you don't know what that is and you like best ball and you like trivia, go give that a follow as well. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. There y'all go. Yeah.
No, that should be a lot of fun. It's always a fun stream. Like, even when, last week, Tom and Chad Candles were not nailing it. Let's just say.
Well, Chad or Tom in the middle of it was like, "Oh yeah, I had the answer, but I seen chat say it too." And I was like, I said it in the chat. I'm like, "Does Tom have chat open?" And they're like, "Hey, Tom, do you?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, close the chat." Oh, okay, all right. Like, okay. And I was like, I wish they wouldn't have done that. That way the chat could have just gave wrong answers, like, intentionally, and mess with them. Because, I think that would almost be just as fun.
Yeah.
All right. So we're coming close to being back on the clock. The running backs are completely dead.
Yeah.
I think we just go double wide receiver here, right?
I think so.
I don't love any option.
Hunter went. I would have wanted that for a bring back, but
yeah. I mean, we could do this. Secure flex that way a little bit. We could go Cooper. I'm fine with Trey Tucker.
Let's go Trey Tucker. I think one of these Raiders receivers are going to be a smash. I'm very confident. So I'm going to have a 15% of both of them.
I'm not. I'm going to have all Trey Tucker and no Jalen Naylor. I feel, I don't know why, but I feel incredibly confident about that. I mean, you just listen to the coach speak, all that stuff. So we are double by week 7 here. Also to look at that. I don't hate that. I mean, we could just do the Stroud thing too with Nico here.
Yeah, I kind of like Stroud here. I think of the two, I'd rather have 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends, even with the whole and I love Brendan Strange, but it's like,
oh yeah,
I think Stroud, having him stacked up,
and it sets up the best pick on the board, which is round 18, Savion Williams.
Some were saying
I actually took Savion in a Dalmatian.
I mean, what if he is RB2?
Right. What if he's RB3? Like, he doesn't even have to be RB2. He just has to be RB3, you know? Tom should have kept reading the chat. He would have crushed. Absolutely. Like, he would have got at least 3 questions right. Bestball Jeopardy needs more villains, not heroes, right? I mean, the poll question is pretty close. I think it's right. I think it's obviously it's going to be slightly towards me because it's my channel, but I think it's going to be a really, really close
I do too.
matchup.
Well, and we've had multiple of those this time. I mean, Candyman and Herzig went down to the end.
Oh yeah.
I went down to the end with Bindles. We've had some good matchups.
Are you sure you want to double Jeopardy? Are you sure? That's a lot.
Yeah, just be prepared for any Steelers or Scatterboo questions. That's the best advice I can give to anyone.
I think so. I have an idea of what it could be next. I'm not going to say anything because I might not get the question, but I'm definitely leaning in a couple directions for what the question could be. I get a feeling it's not going to be about the Browns,
that's a safe bet.
Don't
I would not expect a Jets question.
Or a Jets question, it would be awesome if every week it was just another Aaron Rodgers rephrase question,
another Steelers question.
They're like, there's no way it's Rodgers again. It's like there's absolutely no way it's Aaron Rodgers again.
Or it just starts being random, who was the first player to catch a touchdown from Aaron Rodgers last year? And it's Ben Skoranek or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was Benny Sko. Because I remember Aaron Sandy took him all the time, and literally as soon as that happened, I just seen it all over my Discord. Benny Sko. I'm like, all right, not that it was a bad thing. I mean, we could do a double stack here with them, but it does put us into 3 wide receiver week 7 buys, so we can't do that anymore. Debo would be fine. We're kind of in a situation with these running backs. I mean, I feel pretty good about those guys. I think we're going to end up with 6 of them and 7. Do you want Debo? Do you want Stripling?
I think Debo is where I'd go.
I think so too. And if we want to take one of these guys, I'm kind of getting to where I really want a lot of Kamara right now as well. Mm-hmm. I feel like after Debo goes, everything's the same at wide receiver.
Agreed.
So I think we go with whatever running back we like the most. If we planned on going 3 tight ends, Dalton Schultz is an absolute smash at this point. Also very well correlated, but we don't really have bringbacks anywhere, right? We have the QJ bringback, but that's it.
Yeah.
Not that they are everything. They should be tiebreakers, right?
Exactly. I think running back is just the way to go because, like you said, I think we need 6.
Which one do we want?
I'm Kamara also. Like if we're talking upside, I think and maybe it would need A-Chain to get hurt, but I think he would have the potential upside.
He has potential single week upside, and he has standalone value on top of it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those other names, like Samson kind of does. Tucker is an awesome pick, but I don't like him in this style of room.
Yeah.
Like I feel really confident about the touches we have between these 3 guys.
Yep.
It's if I had an RJ Harvey plus Travion Henderson team, I want that guy who's going to be the goal line guy there,
Mm-hmm.
So I think the structure of the running back room matters a lot for which running back you want in this situation. And maybe that's going to put me into more of Kamara builds with certain guys, and maybe that's wrong, but I think Kamara, I think we could kind of argue that he could go up here with like Tyrone Tracy and Woody Marks and them guys.
I definitely agree.
Sorry, cards. He was down the board, so I get it, and he's not fully up there in my rankings yet, but
yeah,
I do have him ahead of ADP.
No, and what I also like about the Kamara pick here is I think once we get to camp and we start seeing like for like a time box contest, no need to even pull him up, but I think once we get to camp, he's going to rise quite a bit because I do think he's going to become clear he's the number 2 back on this team. And some of the other backs that we're taking in this range are not guaranteed number 2 backs. Maybe they end up that way, but there's no guarantee.
Do you think Travis falls even more? Because he seems to slip every once in a while now.
I don't know.
It was actually him, not Kyron, that fell back to me in that 3rd round or 4th round. And I see it like him and Kyron randomly fall to the 4th. Now.
Oh, they definitely do. Which to me is like I think both of them. I actually like both of them over Breece Hall, just because I think their offenses are better. I think their roles and upside are just as good, if not better. So
I think the market right now is severely discounting Kellen Moore.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean,
something's wrong. This draft's broken. I've never seen him go this late. The drafts that I do, he goes way earlier.
I don't know. I'm assuming that if the other guest was on. All right, so I like Ray Davis. I like Jaden Blue's fine. Marshawn Lloyd, actually,
I'm fine with any of those. And
let's do Davis first. Let's do Davis, and then if Lloyd comes back around, he is a game. Like I don't love it because like, is he going to smash against the Tech? I mean, maybe he smashes against the Texans, and then they have to come back with Nico. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But that would be our last guy. We could do the double Washington thing too, which I do really like to do. I'm still okay. Like I like Jeremy Bernard. I'm okay waiting and getting somebody else though. There's a lot of names at wide receiver. There's one that I know that you like quite a bit that I don't take much of. I don't have a lot of. I have like 5%. So these are all names I'm like willing to click.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably like overall Katron or Braylon Allen, but I think Lloyd and Blue also make some sense.
So you pick one. I good.
Let's go Katron. I actually think it's fun to have the White, Rashard White and Katron double. I think that could be a real good click.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I just think the offense is going to be so much better.
Yeah. I don't think we would be drafting them at 70, but I think like maybe 80, 85. Like I think he'd be going back there around like the 7-8 turn.
When I think the other argument is if he didn't fail for because the offense was so anemic for the first 10 weeks, you know, like most of his points came in the last like 4 or 5 weeks, then he would be going 50. Like, why are we taking, you know, some of these, like even a rookie like Jadarian Price or Bashal Tutin, like, you know, their track records are non-existent or not good.
Bukowski here is asking, like, aren't these always 4 or 5 running back starts? Well, not if you go 3 straight wide receivers, 1 running back, another quarterback. Like, our third running back wasn't until pick 119.
Yeah.
And we kind of, like, we got 2 solid tight ends. We got 3 awesome quarterbacks. Like, we had a free pick here. And I like the K-Tron plus White thing, like he was talking about, to like basically like it's an anti-JCM bet, which I'm very in on.
Yeah.
And like, so you're a Washington fan. Why are you so out on JCM?
I just think there's a lot. Like, I think for a 7th round pick, he was fine, but I don't think it's the same as Kyle Monangai. Like, I think Monangai really established himself. We saw JCM fail a little bit. Like, they would take carries away from him. He did have some big games at the end, but also Chris Rodriguez was sick one of those games. You know, he just was very poor as a pass catcher and pass blocker. So that's why Rashard White's going to have a role. He wasn't great inside, you know, like in short yardage situations. He got there on some big explosive plays, and he might still have that kind of role, but that's tough sell for me. When like if you're big explosive plays plus passing, then that's one thing.
What are we thinking for the last wide receiver? Not a wide receiver in week 7.
Yeah. Honestly, like I don't mind Mooney, Broncos receiver. Chris Brazzell, I think is a little fun. I think Tyquan Thornton's fine.
Brazzell was the one I was saying. Like I know you have a lot of them. I like them, so I'm fine doing that. I have Savion ranked ahead of him, but we can do him. It's probably a better overall bet.
Yeah, I just think with Brazzell, you know, it's him and Xavier Legette, and I'm going to take the other than Xavier Legette basically every time.
Yeah, so Slade saying Pollard at 100 yards with 3 TDs would be a wild sell otherwise. So, like, I've said it many times. Like, you just have to look at the story of the season with the offensive line, the Bill Callahan situation, and how they had the guy who never coached offensive line coaching offensive line, and how they weren't awesome after he left, but they were one of the league. They were the second worst, basically, of the league at the beginning of the season, and they turned into being like a bottom 10 instead of a bottom 2 or 3. So, like that, if you project their offensive line to improve with better coaching, and Tony Pollard hasn't lost it, like that's where it is. Like that's where I'm at with Tony Pollard. That's why Tony Pollard is literally I think he's my 2nd or 3rd highest owned running back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just the same way. Like I understand, but you know, even with everything that went wrong last year, he had 242 carries, you know, 1,000 yards, average 4.5 yards per carry. 33 catches for 200 yards there. It's not like he's a 0 in the passing game. Yeah, 5 touchdowns is low, but what were you expecting? This offense was terrible. So I just feel like if this offense becomes, you know, not even 20th best in the league, but 23rd best in the league, Pollard's upside just grows. Is he going to be like a top 5 running back? No, but could he be RB12, RB14? Yeah, and we're drafting him way later than that.
Like you said, 3 touchdowns there, right? Like that's what Slayton said.
5 touchdowns, but yeah.
5. But like, what are the odds that he scores less than that? It's very, very minimal without injury. All right, so we got a 3-6-7-2 here. We got Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud, insanely strong. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, DeAndre Swift, Rashad White, and Katron Allen, Alvin Kamara, and Ray Davis. So we're kind of a double anchor build with some upside behind it. And then Nico, Rice, Terry, QJ.
I like that.
Yeah. Trey Tucker, Debo, Brazzell, and then Laporta and Kelsey. So we got a double stack here. We got the bring back. We got Nico stacked up. We got Terry stacked up. We don't have bringbacks in those games, but that's perfectly fine. Like we're just fully invested into the Commanders offense. Like just fully all in on the Commanders offense. There's even a chance that Debo goes back to week 7, which sucks for us.
Yeah, that would probably not be great for us.
But if that happens, like we have like literally their whole offense. Probably the worst thing that could happen for this team is for Debo to go back.
Yeah.
But I kind of think he'll end up somewhere like maybe the Raiders. And if he ends up with the Raiders, I think that's pretty good for this team. But I like this team. I'm going to give the members a review real quick. We got Go AZ Cards. We got a 3582. We got Caleb Williams, Tyler Shuck, Tua. That feels good.
Yeah.
Saquon at 4. Travion, Manungai, C-Rod, Brian Robinson. That feels good. That feels just fine. I like the Travion Henderson with the Rodriguez and Manungai to back them up.
Too.
That feels really strong. Drake London, Luther Burden, Mekhi Lemon, Xavier Worthy, Travis Hunter, Jalen Naylor, Ridley, and Bryce Lance. Love it. Love the Bryce Lance throw. Like I think BBM specifically, like we were talking earlier, I think Bryce Lance is a better pick here than he is in like the Chihuahua.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then Trey McBride, Juwan Johnson. So you did get the Saints double stack there. And you got the bring back there with Naylor. So I like this. You don't have any, you have the Luther Burden stack. You don't have any, I don't think he had, he doesn't have Tesla. So no Detroit player, but you're stacked up in this Atlanta game pretty heavily. So, yeah. If Carolina had 15 rushing TDs total, how would you guys split them up?
That's a good question.
I mean, number one, 15 is a really low number. I think they're going to have like 20 total, and I think it's going to be like 12 to Brooks and 8 to Chuba.
Well, if we're talking total team, I think Bryce Young will probably get a couple.
True.
And so it might be 15 from the running backs type thing,
right? But that would work. And in that scenario, I would think it'd be like 10, like 11, 10 and 5, or maybe even 9 and 6, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, I could see it going anyway, and in some part because, and I know it's a cop-out answer, but it's all about Brooks's health. Like, if he is banged up or anything like that, like obviously they're going to be putting him in bubble wrap, and so then it's all Chuba. But I could see it being a lean to Brooks if he's fully healthy for sure.
All right, so we got King of Kings here. We got a 2-5-8-3. We got Joe Burrow, Jordan Love. That feels fine to stop at 2. Scadaboo, Tootin, Ramondre, Jordan Mason, Tyler Algier. Also feels solid. JSN, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden. So you got the big double stack there. Isaac Tesla, Dontavian Wicks, and Elijah Surratt. Chig, Hunter Henry, Gesicki. That's a little like I like beefier tight end rooms this year. I like going Kraft and still going to 3. I kind of like flexing tight end quite a bit. I like acting like that player is going to put up 12 points a week and trying to hit the big spike weeks with the other 2. I that's kind of where I'm leaning this year. It might be dumb, but I'm doing it.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Tootin guy, but I think this running back room is fine, and Tootin is kind of a more, what the last team did with Travion. It's the same sort of bet. It's just Travion, we saw more out of him last year, and to get Ramondre and Mason and Algier behind him, I think is good to help because there's just some risks there.
These 3 are like going to get touches every week, and Scatterbo may start off slow, and so Tootin might also. So I like the structure of the team altogether, honestly. All right. I think that was it. I don't think Mike is a member, Buddy Man. If he is, I'll come back to this. Say something in the chat if you are. But do you want? We'll do an eliminator. I know you said you were holding off. We were debating on doing that or a super flex over on drafters as the second one. But I think we'll just stay over here. We did drafters all day yesterday. We'll do an eliminator.
That's fine.
We're gonna jump in this eliminator, everybody, and we're gonna jump in 15 seconds.
Bestball begin the rest. We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, X, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who wins? Immortal.
All right, we are almost full. There we go. Doing my timestamps right now. All right, we're good. So if you guys just popping in, if you can smash a like, that'd be fantastic. If you're new to the channel and you haven't given a sub, go ahead and give a sub. We're trying to get to 1,000 before NFL kickoff. Also, go give Steve a follow over at Fanspeak Network. I'm sure you guys know who Steve is. I'm sure you guys watch Fanspeak. But if you haven't, give them a follow as well. Feels like you have to dodge a double-digit TD tight end this year. Yeah, I mean most years. And so 2 years ago, it didn't hit in the Best Ball Mania, but what could have won pretty easily was a McBride plus Zach Ertz team. Because I had that in my finals. Now I was pretty weak at running back, so I only got 9th. But like that was 48 points between those two players. Like a flex of 24 points is pretty high. So if you can hit, like have a semi-elite, like, and I like doing it a lot with George Kittle, like take Kittle plus Juwan Johnson plus Hunter Henry. Like those teams feel really good because you're not having all of the, you don't have the capital invested either, and you still have the upside. All right, so we got the 110. We got Jake at the 11. We got King C at the 10, Slayton at the 9. We have Jaguar at the 6, Cade at the 5, King at the 4, Buddy Man at the 2. And is this – look at this, Neil.
Yeah.
Neil at the 1. Welcome. I don't know if he's listening, but I know he comments a lot on my stuff on X, so he's probably listening over there. So
always good to see all these guys, and that is the one benefit of the limit is 6 of us are moving on, so that's a positive.
Yep, 6 of us are probably leaving too.
Yeah.
So these are my personal ranks for Eliminator. I have Derrick Henry at 9.
I get it.
Their schedule is insane. I'm fine with another running back. I like CD Lamb a lot in Eliminator.
What is I can't remember the week 1 schedules. What is Saquon's week 1 or early schedule?
I don't remember. So
I mean, I'm bullish on Saquon for sure, but Lamb is obviously fine.
Let's go with Lamb. I'll look it up here in a second. We'll just do my rank.
Yeah, because Dallas plays somebody easy, right?
I think it's the Giants. I think they start and end the season with the Giants. I'm bringing up the schedule. So I had the members only Elim thing, and so both Philadelphia and Dallas have. So Dallas has a decently rough schedule, but they're projected for an insane amount of points early in the season. So, like, Philadelphia has the 3rd easiest overall schedule, but I'm a little more out on their offense for Eliminator specifically because what I did is I weighted it out based on, like, I gave values for every week and scaled it out. And in that metric without implied team totals, like, it is favorable to the Eagles. But if you put the implied team totals in, it's much more favorable to the Cowboys. So, like, and the way that I'm looking at it is if you take that and you scale it out, you kind of just want to be in the offenses that are supposed to score the most points earliest in the season, right? To give yourself the chance to be in those head-to-heads down the stretch.
Well, and one thing I'm more bullish on the Eagles offense this year. It is concerning with, for Elim in particular, is new offense coordinator. Sometimes it takes these teams. Look at the Patriots last year. Patriots got smoked by the Raiders week 1.
Yeah.
I mean, if they played the Raiders any other week, are they losing them? No, it would have been the inverse. Like Patriots would dominate them. So sometimes that happens. And so with so many teams with new coordinators, new coaches, we could see a lot of this, particularly I think with the receivers and I think running backs can be a little bit more sticky. Like I don't really worry about Gibbs and Bijan with new coordinators. But I do think, like for a guy like Lamb, same quarterback, same offense, that is very, very appealing.
And like if you're worried about Dak getting hurt because it's every other year, like he's going to be there at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So he's asking, does this mean I'm out on 4 tight end builds? The 4 tight end build is kind of the same thought process. Like it's sort of kind of the same principle of taking Tucker Kraft and then Juwan Johnson and Hunter Henry. Like you're still trying to like get some flex weeks, those double tight end weeks there, but you're starting with a higher floor play.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess they're mostly going 4 running back and then just adding an extra tight end, right? A lot of those builds are. So
yeah.
But I think flexing tight end because if we all agree that the tight end pricings are wrong all the way down the board, why not just lean into them all the way down the board?
No, that's fair.
Like that's my thought of it is you just lean all the way in. All right, so these are my ranks. So Scatabo plays Dallas week 1, which is pretty bullish. I like these guys. I think taking a Scatabo or a Swift is.
I think Scatabo makes sense. And then, do you want to go Higgins? Or I'm fine either way.
We'll do. Let's do Olave. He has a bye week 2 weeks later. Or we could just take Lamar and get all the points for that offense.
Yeah, I think I don't hate that, of course, but I think I would prefer
the wide
receiver there. Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of Lamar. I have, as you see, I have Lamar 10 spots ahead of ADP in this. So looking at my stuff that I did for the Eliminator, the Ravens are just miles ahead of overall schedule and for implied point total. They are number 1 in both. And like whenever you put them together, they are just so far ahead in like how they're supposed to score points early in the season and often. And that's why I have Derrick Henry so high. That like I have Zay Flowers way above ADP. I have every single Raven well ahead of ADP for Eliminator specifically. Like if they have any weak point in their schedule, it's like week 15, 16, right? Like that's it. Like other than that, they even have the week 13 bye. So
yeah, no, that is nice. And that was the other. I mean, Saquon was week 10, but with Lamb, like our first 2 picks being week 13 and 14. So if this team can keep cooking, you get them the whole until you're getting some real good money.
Right. And so that's something else. Like you are a lot more likely to run into injured teams down the stretch, but I also don't know that like avoiding week 6 buys or week 8 buys, like to push everything to the back end, it matters, but it not making sure you don't have 3 buys in the same position is like the number one thing that matters, right?
Yeah.
Because if you do get there, you don't want to be dead.
Exactly.
Like by your own doing. If you're dead because of an injury, that is what it is, right? That it sucks.
Yeah, but that's something we can't control. My thing is we can control the buys, like
Yeah. And the one thing about Scadabo versus Jacobs in Eliminator is all of the fun late running backs are by week 11. Like
no,
you get
that's
Blake
true.
Corum, you get Ramondre, you get Dylan Sampson as a real late okay pick, like
Yeah.
he's going to get some touches every week. Do I really want to be betting on the last pick for the Browns? Maybe not, but like how often they guys score touchdowns? I don't know, right? But yeah, Ravens, good, says Pepper Tony.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I think investing in top tier offenses is generally the way to go. So that's why starting Ravens Cowboys feels pretty good.
well, right. And I'm actually Lamar 54 is insane. Like
Wow.
I would have done this exact same thing there. Like I got Lamar at 60, I think, on an LM. I think I got Zay back, and then Lamar fell, and I was like in an eliminator. I almost took him early, so so Tony Pollard is way above his normal ADP in this, and I think that this is just where he needs to go in regular. Like I think that he needs to go at the 5-6 turn. So
that's fair.
We could do this. I kind of like taking just taking these two guys.
Yeah,
and pushing it because we have these two.
Yeah, I think building out a really good core at wide receiver and then probably taking a break because, you said, that like other tier where you talked about like the Blake Corums, like that's where there's still some usable running backs. We can add some guys there.
If we have to pull up J.K. Dobbins all the way to 84, it's fine. Like our wide receivers, all 4 different bye weeks. We have 2 volume guys in Lamb and Olave, and then we have 2 big spike week guys here. So it profiles really well all together. We don't have a quarterback. We're probably not going to – I don't care at all about stacking to the eliminator, at all.
Agreed. It's fine, but it's not a big needle mover.
I don't know if we do a third draft, we may go over to drafters and do a super flex. I don't know if Steve wants to do a third draft. I'm probably going to stay on for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. But, I'm happy to stay on for a third draft.
Yeah. I'll have to write down, it's not stacking isn't bad. What I'm saying is it's not really required in Eliminator. So something I'm doing is I'm doing the quarterback running back stack to just on the good offenses. If I have Chase Brown, I'm more likely to take Joe Burrow. That way every week I'm dominating one of those 2 positions probably. That's just something I'm personally doing. And because I'm doing that, when I take a Lamar with Derrick Henry, I'm still adding on a third quarterback. If I'm doing it that way, when I take Lamar with Henry, I'm going to add a third quarterback because the weeks that Derrick Henry smashes, Lamar probably has the worst week. So I need the extra volume at quarterback.
Now, I have a question because I think Watson and Jamer are fine picks. Would you build out from now with more floor play receivers for that reason?
We have our floor plays here.
No,
I think adding at least one more floor play guy is fine.
Yeah.
And I think other than that, you just want whatever value you have.
Okay.
I do think that a lot of floor, if we get Wandale at 109 or whatever, absolutely take him every time there. If we get Shakir at 132, yes. Mm-hmm. I think that those are very good. But would I want both of them on this team? Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think it depends on where our next wide receiver is, where the value is, all that stuff. I'm guessing we're going to look at a running back plus a quarterback here at this pick.
Yeah. No, I think so.
And Dowdle does go all the way over here every time an eliminator already. And the reason I think that we're going to get closer to kickoff, and these Travion Tootin picks are going to be solidly in round 4. And right now, you can build out more things like what this guy's doing with Chase, London, Love, Evans, and still get Travion back. And that's going to be something you can't do later. Corum is the clear pick if we can get him. And if not, like an guy kind of fits perfectly too. And honestly, like both of them would be pretty nice.
What is quarterback? Because I saw both Herbert and Lawrence just went, and Dak.
Like at this point, we could just fully push it.
I think we push it. I think we take both these backs.
Yeah, I think we take both these backs and we just go with 3 late quarterbacks. Like if we have to start Jacoby Brissett, Tua, and Geno, like if we get to week 15 and there's no quarterbacks because they're all benched, well, we still won a bunch of money. Like,
well, and excuse me, and to the point, like we don't need, like, yes, you don't want to go up against Josh Allen or Lamar when they put up a 35, 40 points, but you know, like these second tier, third tier quarterbacks can get us close enough in most weeks. You know, even if they're not winning, you know, if Cam Ward has 22 points and we're going up against a team that has 25 points, well, that 25-point team, maybe it was Dak Prescott, you know, and they took him 4 rounds earlier.
Well, and like in BBM or the Chihuahua or the Puppy, you are going to be playing against every quarterback on the field.
Yeah.
In Eliminator, you just the Josh Allen week, you may have 4 teams alive and you may not play against Josh Allen at all, or you might play against them all 4 times. Like it is a major luck of the draw thing. Whenever the players you're going against, if they spike or not. And I think leaning into that variance on every team, like kind of makes sense. Like you're just like, well, if I'm going to lose this position, let's just build it out with some depth and hope that when the big spike weeks happen, it's just not against, like, I don't get matched up against it. So
100%.
And if you do get lined up against it, well, you probably weren't going to win anyway. So like it didn't matter that you had Dak instead of Cam Ward, right?
Yeah.
Probably not. So there are some quarterbacks I do like. And I will say we probably just double tap quarterback on this next turn, like even if it's down to Shuck. Because like I do think there's I think that Shuck is underrated still. Like, do I care about, is it because it's a sacking thing? Absolutely not. It's because I personally believe that after Shuck, like, I think that he is more of a getting 2 quarterbacks I consider solid would make sense. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's not. And it kind of looks like we're going to punt tight end here, right? So.
And I'm fine with that too, because it's the same thing. As long as you're dodging the big Bowers weeks, the big McBride weeks, most weeks tight end's going to be, the battle's going to be 12 points to 8 points. You know, it's not going to be anything crazy.
Oh yeah, exactly. And if you have 3 of these guys, it makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
So the team for the audio listeners, we have a 0-4-4-0. We got Derrick Henry, Cam Scatterbo, Blake Corum, Kyle Monangai, no bye weeks, 2 solid, like Derrick Henry, awesome offense, Corum and Monangai, all awesome offenses, Scatterbo, an upside swing with a really good first week against Dallas. And we have the bring back here in week 1, weirdly, against CeeDee Lamb. Let me make sure that's right. I'll double check. But then Olave, Watson, and Jameson Williams. So what do you want to do here?
This is getting interesting. Could you sort by quarterback real quick? I mean, there's definitely a lot of quarterbacks I like.
I love Laporta. Well. I love Laporta here. Like, if Laporta gets here, I think we just take 1 quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, we're basically just fading the Amon.
Okay, King Q made our decision, but
and like as you see, I have Jordan Love ahead of these other guys.
I mean, I think I would be Goff for sure.
I mean,
but Goff and Love, I think, is the perfect combo.
We're not going out of our way to stack. So
No,
like
but we
what
did.
we could, what the other thing is, we could take the big swing on Brooks here because we don't need him.
Yeah. I like
And
Goff.
it'll be like, I think that the Goff pick is the right one.
Yeah.
I just wanted to discuss it a little bit. Like, so why would you prefer Goff here over because like if we take Brooks, we are completely done at running back.
hmm
And we feel pretty good about everything. And the worry about Brooks is that he's not going to be there the first couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
But after like week 3 or 4, if the Brooks theory is correct, he should be getting a lot more of the carries based on the coach speak.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely the hope. And for me, and this is where the stack does add a little bit value, but more so it's Goff. 4 straight years of 4,000 plus yards, 29 or more touchdowns, most of those in the mid to high 30s. As talked about before in the last draft, when we talked about Laporta, like those Monty rushing touchdowns are going to go somewhere. Some of those are going to go to the passing game.
Yep.
Goff, the last couple of years, has been a top 10 quarterback. We're getting him well priced below that. And yeah, we got a stack. So I just feel he is, just so consistent. And he's the type of guy, like he's not going to put up a lot of 30-point games, but he'll have a lot of mid to low 20-point games. And that for eliminator, I think can just keep pushing you through. Well, even the weeks that he gets 18 points, he can be fine.
And Love is the opposite, right? Like Love puts up like 30 points or 18 or 14 or whatever. Like I do think that Green Bay opens it up a little bit this year.
I think so too.
And these two, like adding a third to this group, like I don't know about you, but I think just adding, like I don't like Jacoby Brissett at all, but I've taken him a bit in Eliminator.
Yeah, I mean, I think he makes a lot more sense in Eliminator because we're not worried that he might not be there the last 3 or 4 weeks so much. But I honestly, same argument for Tua, same argument. Obviously Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers last year was, week 1 outscored quite a few big name quarterbacks.
I took Geno Smith at pick 140 pick 145 in an Eliminator because, like, they start off the year at Tennessee, Green Bay without Parsons, at Detroit, and at Chicago. So like that feels pretty okay. Like
I agree.
Like Detroit, my stuff actually I haven't readjusted Detroit's defensive ranking based on Terry and Arnold being out. That's pretty good for the people going against them.
Especially early in the year before things get maybe finalized.
Yeah, so we got a lot of tight ends available here. Like this is fun. Like if we could get just one of these guys, it feels really good. The running backs, I mean, we're pretty good at running back. Jaden Higgins is a solid bet here. I think Goddard's the clear bet.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you want here. We could just secure our third quarterback.
I'm not against it. I think it's I think Stroud is going to be better than people think.
It's either that or we take like the Higgins, Concepcion, Shaheed. Like we could take the Shaheed here, or the Concepcion. Like I think Stroud
makes the most sense. Yeah. Like quarterback does matter in this. Like we want to ensure a good floor, not just for week 1 to be one of the top 6 teams, but any given week. And because it then, like you said, it becomes dodging so much. And if you could have a streak where you're dodging, the top quarterbacks week in, week out. And so you want to ensure that you can dodge a top quarterback and not lose because, you have 0 points. So I think having a third quarterback, different bye, I think the Texans offense is going to be better this year. I think they've done more in the offensive line. Obviously their young weapons should be a year older. They should be more balanced now with David Montgomery. So yeah, I'm okay with Stroud. Like, do I think Stroud is like insane upside? No, but he can be
Stroud
much better this year.
Even as bad as he was last year, I think he had a spike week of like 28 still.
Mm-hmm. It's that game
down-
against the
down the
Ravens,
str-
I believe.
Yeah, down the stretch.
And then I think he had another one as well.
And by the way, I just looked. Week 6, when Goff is on bye, Jordan Love gets to play the Cowboys.
It feels good.
So we got that whole. That feels like a good like Green Bay Cowboys Week 6 definitely feels like one of those games that when DFS comes around, like you'll be looking at Christian Watson or like maybe adding Jaden Reed, or if Golden breaks out, Tucker Kraft being an awesome tight end play that week. Like,
I mean, Jordan Love has just smashed the Cowboys the last couple of times.
Yeah.
Last year,
Yeah.
that playoff game a couple years ago. Is it in Dallas or Green Bay?
It's at Green Bay.
Nah, Dallas would have been more fun, but
I mean, it's Week 6.
So
it's
hopefully
probably
no
still
weather
good
issues.
weather.
You never know in Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be if it's windy or not, right?
Yeah, but no, I love that a lot because Dallas is an offense, and this is why we like Dallas, because they're a very established offense, and their defense is not great. It could be a little better this year, but I don't think they made some drastic step.
They made a lot of moves to secure the middle of their defense, not the outsides of their defense. So I do really like the Scadabo play against Dallas for Week 17 because he stretches the edges with his receiving game more than anything else. Hey, look, Aaron Rodgers is falling again. Actually, I just have Aaron Rodgers ranked at 143 in this.
I think he just went. I think he's a good pick. He plays the Falcons Week 1. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I do like Juwan Jennings here. It would be a second Week 6 bye, though. I have Omar Cooper after that. I don't know how I love that. Gadsden, I need to move down. I haven't re-upped my ranks for the last week. Gadsden will be moved way down. I think that makes sense.
I like the Juwan click for sure. As for the second one, well, I guess Juwan and Juwan. That can work.
Did Dalton Schultz go?
Schultz went. I was looking at Schultz too. That was a good pick by Jake.
So I actually think that means we just take Juwan.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the only negative for the Schultz pick there would have been, or for the Juwan, is Schultz may not have came all the way back around. And Schultz's ADP is actually all the way back at the next pick. But I was actually going to suggest to take him over that, just not that we need to stack, but should there be that much difference between Juwan Johnson and Dalton Schultz? Dalton Schultz had 100 targets last year.
Exactly. And he's done that 3 of the last 5 years.
I
think people just forget, just because he's never going to be live for top 5 tight end, but he can be tight end 7 to, I think his first full year as a starter is tight end 3, but going forward, I don't expect that, but he can be tight end 7 to tight end 12 for sure. And we're getting him as tight end 24.
Yeah. And Juwan Jennings feels like an awesome click for Eliminator specifically. We can't take another bye Week 6 guy, but he had, I think it was 9 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, no, he should.
And he
really
only
help
played
in the red zone.
He only played 14 games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 9 touchdowns, 643 yards. And he missed 3 games.
Yep.
And I get it. He's on a team with Kyler now, but he's also tall and he's going to play on the outside.
Yeah, and I mean, some of that Kyler stuff is overblown. Kyler had a lot of touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins,
Well, right, but that's why I said and on the outside.
Exactly.
I think it does actually nuke Hawkinson. That's where I'm at. I think that it's good for Jefferson. I think it's pretty bad for Jordan Addison inside the 20. I think it's pretty awesome for Jefferson and Jennings inside the 20.
Yeah.
And I think it's bad for Hawkinson inside the 20. And I think outside of the 20, I think it's fine for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of where I'm at.
Agreed. And, I think all short quarterbacks have this issue.
Yeah. Bryce Young does too.
Bryce Young, Drew Brees going way back. I mean, Drew Brees would lead the league in touchdowns, but he would struggle over the middle.
Well, Drew Brees was just all full send, just faith in his guy to be there.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't wait to see anything. He just threw the ball in the gap that he was supposed to be at. And if the guy wasn't there, he yelled at him. Like,
but that's what I mean. Tom Brady would do the same thing. Like, that is, those, when you're at that level, like, you can throw with anticipation, and
you should be able to.
It's a big thing.
All right, so I mean, Kamara would be an absolute smash here, but
agreed.
Because we have kind of pushed. I do like to usually get my running backs completely done by this point, but I think we're going to be taking a name I don't love at the end. I do like Halani in Eliminator.
He makes some sense here, that's for sure.
So Calvin Ridley here, Boston, Zachariah Branch, Antonio Williams, Deshaun Stripling. I think we take one of these three. Probably Gunnar Helm, if we have or Freiermuth instead of Dulcich to support our flex in week 6.
Yeah, I'm fine with Helm.
Do we want one of these running backs, or do we want another receiver?
I think the Boston thing's kind of interesting. I think it's a nice.
I think we can afford it.
Yeah.
I do think rookies need to be a lot later, but like, it's 180.
Exactly, and
so
he went early second round. The room is just wide open for him, and
we're pretty stout early on. Like whenever Boston's going directly next to Zachariah Branch, like, sign me up. Like, and I don't think this is wrong. I don't think Wicks here is wrong. I don't think Trey Harris there is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the Travis Hunter pick at all in Eliminator, because I think the upside bet for Travis Hunter is that somebody gets hurt and down the stretch he takes over. So, and we also don't know for sure what role he's going to have week 1. But if it's much of a role, this Parker Washington stuff they're talking up isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jacoby Myers is completely dust. Something, So
something's got to give.
Yeah, the Jacoby Myers contract's actually pretty tradable, if I remember right.
No,
so
it is.
Which it would be weird the year after he gets traded there, and then they sign him to an extension for him to trade him. But it's not like out of the world. And I don't know if Juwan's listening, but good pick there by Halani. Like, for Eliminator specifically, Halani is a really good pick. And Seattle actually has a pretty decent start of the schedule. So their early schedule is the Patriots, which is not great, but then it's at Arizona, at Washington, Chargers, San Francisco. Like, that feels pretty solid. And let's say Sharps is on PUP and comes back week 4. Like, if you get him to week 2 and 3 against Arizona and Washington, like, most likely he's going to score a touchdown one of those 2 weeks, being in a role that he's going to be on the field, assuming that the projected role that we're hearing that he might have is there. Feels pretty likely that he could score a touchdown versus either Arizona or Washington.
Yeah, I mean, those aren't 2 defenses we fear, that's for sure.
Yeah, like, is the game week 1 versus New England probably pretty bad? Probably. Like,
yeah,
the Chargers might be an okay defense, and like, let's say that Sharps is just on PUP and he misses those first 4 weeks. At this point, if the guy helps get you through 1 week in the early first 4 weeks, kind of worth it. All right, so
definitely agree with that assessment.
So we're about back on the clock here. We definitely need an RB. And we probably need another wide receiver. So these are my personal ranks. I don't love the Emmett Johnson. I have him there, but I don't ever click him still. I think that is the bet, really. Like, maybe, I don't know. What name do you like for a standalone value early in the season? Justice Hill?
Hill's fine, but I would, yeah, probably lean more Katron.
Yeah, I think Katron's the pick there. And what wide receiver do you want?
I mean, you know me, Cooper Cup. We have a lot of upside swings, and to the Denzel Boston point, like Cooper Cup is the perfect receiver with him.
It is 311s if we do that. So,
but do we care if this team makes it to week? If this team makes it to week 11, that's so much money.
It's like 1,000, I think it is. But like, yeah, that's still 500 each, right?
Yeah.
So like, this is week 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So getting to 11 is $1,000.
Yeah.
So like, you're playing for $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point. But with that being said, we still have all but like our last two were 11s, right? Like it's not like it was our early two that are 11s with an extra guy, right? So
we also don't have it's not like our tight ends are week 11. They could fill in for the flex. Remember, we're looking for floor, not ceiling, because week 11 is just head to head. So it's just like, we don't need to get 170 points that week. We just need to get like 130.
And I made that point about making sure we didn't take Dulcich for week 6 because we have the double week 6. So like that was by design. And Corum's here, but like we have almost our whole running back room too.
Yeah.
So we got a 3-5-7-3 here. We got Jordan Love, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, feels pretty strong. Derrick Henry, Scatabo, Blake Corum, Kyle Menungai, Katron Allen. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Olave, Christian Watson, Jamo, Juwan Jennings. Boston at 181 feels really good.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I didn't play the Boston clip. I mean, we got him at a value. We at least have to play the clip.
Absolutely.
And then we got Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson, and Gunnar Helm. Like, we know we're not winning tight end.
No.
Like, we're not trying to win tight end. But we can definitely, like, lose tight end by, like, 4 points every week and make it up with these other positions.
What? And just to that point, though, Goddard had multiple weeks as, like, a top 3 tight end. Juwan Johnson had 1 or 2 weeks as a top 3 tight end. Like, it's not like we're drawing totally dead there. It's just, are we behind the Bowers and Lovelands? Of course, but I'm okay with that.
But those Bowers teams don't have Olave.
Exactly.
So, but I think this is a pretty good team. We will try to run through we got a lot of reviews to go through real quick. We got a 3672. And if I miss you and you're a member, say something in the chat. We got Caleb Williams, Tyler Shuck, Malik Willis. Running back, Javonte Williams, Travis, Quinshaw Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Sean Tucker, and Braylon Allen. Wide receivers, Puka, Luther Burden, Parker Washington, Josh Downs, Jordan Addison, Christian Kirk, Elijah Surratt. I like everything so far. Javonte is actually my highest owned running back right now in Eliminator. I have him ranked at like 22.
Like, it makes sense. That Cowboys offense is,
This is a little on the thin side. I probably would have went a little deeper here, but like, did you really need Surratt? Like, I personally would have not went with Surratt and thrown a different guy on there, but I get it. It is the position that if you're going to score a few amount of points, it is the one to choose. We got Cade here. We got a 3-5-8-2. We got Jay Daniels, Jacoby Brissett, and Tua. So he doing the thing we were kind of talking about, like take the elite and then double punt. Like, I like it. McCaffrey, Achane, Bucky, Rodriguez, Woody Marks. That feels very strong. I'm not in on Bucky at all, but I don't mind the Achane swings. And CMC is going to be, he's actually my 105. Then we got Tedero McMillan, DK Metcalf, Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden. So the other side of our offense, Casey Concepcion, Antonio Williams, Jalen Noel, McBride, and Sadiq. So I think it's a well built team. Like capital wise, Bucky probably fine. Like if we are worried about the shoulder stuff, he probably doesn't get hurt until later in the season. Like because he will probably be healthy week one, but if the shoulder was bothering him, still like it just feels like there's a better chance he gets hurt later. Maybe he's a better eliminator pick. I'm not quite there yet. What's your take on Bucky for eliminator?
I actually think Bucky is probably a better eliminator pick because my thing with Bucky is I think his touchdowns are going to be light and his passing volume will just be like solid. So I think he has a lot of like 10 to 15 point games. I think he struggles from an upside swing because he's not going to have touchdowns. And when he gets a touchdown, he's not going to have two. So I think he's okay. I wouldn't mind him going a little later than that, but I think he's okay.
All right. We have a 2-6-7-3 here. We got the Josh Allen, Lamar, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, RJ Harvey, Keaton Mitchell, Bigsby, Emmett Johnson. I absolutely love this RB room. You're just taking shots down here at veteran receivers, I assume. JSN Anchor, Michael Wilson, Mekhi Lemon, Myers, Shakir, Trey Tucker, Flournoy. It is on the thin side, but you have your anchor. You have two guys who should give you volume, maybe a third guy who should give you some volume. You got some upside with Lemon, Tucker. I look at Flournoy as a guy who he's going to give you like 12 to 15 point weeks throughout the season. Like, and at his cost, I think it's very worth it. Tyler Warren, AJ Barner, and Freiermuth, like that's very good.
Yeah,
I like the team. You're very strong in three positions. You know you're a little weaker at wide receiver, but I do think you built it with some volume. You're just trying to not lose at receiver, and I think that this is the good way to do that. And he still has ways to absolutely win at receiver in the room as well. Like he's got the floor there, but he still found a way to find a chance at upside in Tucker and Lemon.
Yeah, well, and to me, this is just the big difference between eliminator or other tournaments. Like, obviously, quarterback can really spike, but with you're just hoping for 10 points from those guys. You're like, we'll be carried by the two elite quarterbacks, some of the elite running backs, and just don't take zero wide receiver.
I would have loved Shakir on our team because Shakir on our team with the JMO plus Watson is like the perfect fit. And you were doing it for the same reason, but because you didn't have you were looking for those players later.
Yeah.
So that's why you did it. And I think that's the smart way to do it. We got a 3-5-8-2 here. We got Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Michael Penix. Running backs, James Cook, David Montgomery, Ramondre Stevenson, Kenneth Gainwell, James Conner. Any thoughts?
I mean, Conner is a total wild card right now, but I think that's a good running back room. Cook, Monty, Stevenson, tons of projectable volume. I think Gainwell, they paid him for a reason. So I think those four can absolutely carry the team. They're all different buys. So even if James Conner is a total zero on the year, which is far from a given, I think that's a good running back room.
It's kind of the same bet that we made with Gatron.
Yeah.
And I think that his top is maybe I like Henry over Cook. Obviously, we took him, but actually we didn't. But
he
we would have taken both of them. But I personally like Henry over Cook in Eliminator. But I think that overall this RB room is better because you had first choice all the way through, all the way through. So we got Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Ricky Pearsall, Stephon Diggs, Jaden Higgins, Adonai Mitchell, Dontavian Wicks, Keon Coleman. That feels solid.
Yeah.
And then Bowers. There we go. I was going to say, it feels like you're missing a top end receiver with the way that the running backs went. That's why you got Bowers and Gadsden. I'm kind of out on the elite tight ends that I'm fine with the Loveland and below, but for Eliminator, I don't think I like the Bowers McBrides as much. I think in my ranks, I have Bowers at 26 and I have McBride at 35 or so, 33. Both of those offenses project to not score a whole lot of points early in the season. they'll also be getting their footing at that point.
Mhm.
Like, and it might be wrong because maybe they should be projected for more points early in the season because Kirk is going to be the starter and he is a veteran.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I get your overall point. Like, a big part of the thesis for Bowers and McBride in regular is, of course, their playoff schedules and end of the year. So
He's been westcasting, like he's been westcasting Connor to take over Pacheco because he's full fading Pacheco.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does
totally
make
on board.
sense, but like I think until it happens, because it requires multiple things before it happens. Like Pacheco's a pretty solid pick and everything right now until that happens.
Yeah.
Is it possible to happen? Yeah, it is. But I also I'm not going to have bags and bags of Pacheco, but I think I actually think I do have a lot of Pacheco in Eliminator. These aren't my limit exposures though. So, all right, we got a 3-5-7-3 here. We got Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, and Fernando Mendoza. I'm going to have 0 Mendoza in Eliminator.
Yeah.
I put Mendoza at 225. What's the point of somebody who's not going to start till like week 6 at the earliest? Like, I don't get it. Like, some of the redraft people think he's not going to start all season, but I don't see that happening either.
Yeah, and the other thing I'd say is I love it less with an early quarterback buy. Like if your other quarterback buys were like 10 and 14 or something like that, then I'm more interested. But he might not even be there to help you week 11 or week 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. He couldn't double tap the double bye weeks, like Hampton plus Cook. Or you just send it and hope you run into somebody hurt. We got Rasheed Rice, T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Rashid Shaheed, Omar Cooper, Darnell Mooney. Love this room.
Yeah, that room's super strong.
And I like Sutton way more in Eliminator. Sam Laporta, Otten, and Dulcich, like double by week 6 there. But
yeah, that's like the only
fine.
concern with it, though.
That's fine. Solid team there by King of QC, other than the Mendoza pick, in my opinion. I just don't see the point of Mendoza on that team. So we got the Jacob here, the 3-4-8-3. Kyler, Ward, Gino. I think Gino's a fantastic pick in Eliminator. I really do. I think that their early season schedule is pretty strong, and I think that he's for sure starting until like week 11. So, Kenneth Walker, Jacobs, Jalen Warren, Kamara. That's too thin.
Yeah.
That's like especially with Kenneth Walker in week 5 bye. Like if Kenneth Walker's bye was week 14 and you were looking at your top 3 not having a bye week till week 9, like you could play the injury card game maybe in the bye weeks. This just feels too thin. I don't know. I mean, it's because like our team, we added, it's very similar capital, except we took 2 at the Jalen Warren stage.
Yeah.
And then we added an extra on top of that. Like, and if we didn't add that 4th or the 5th on our team, I would have felt like it was thin. I think this team, I think I'm going to look at these wide receivers. I'm going to say you have too much upside at receiver. That's just my guess, is you're going to have too much upside at receiver and not enough floor here at running back. Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, Cardinal Tate, Tyson, Wandale, Zachariah Branch, Tank Dell, Tyquan Thornton. Yeah, so like Jefferson, Ladd, Tate, Tyson, Wandale, like that is awesome. And that's 5 of them. And you still went with 3 more. Tank Dell may not start at the beginning of the season. Tyquan Thornton, like I like him for Eliminator. I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Dell or the Branch pick needed to be any running back, just any shot.
Agreed. Yeah.
And then Dalton Schultz, Kincaid, and Tucker Kraft. Love this tight end room. Like this tight end, you're going to flex some tight end. But you also could have taken taken the Schultz pick, turned it into a tight end or a running back, let's look and see what was available there. Like nothing. Yeah, nothing was available. So like,
I think
doesn't matter.
I think the Kincaid pick when you already invested in Kraft. You know, I think I would have like taken a Tracy or Chris Rodriguez there. You know, pulled them up.
I get that. I mean, they were already gone.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong end.
Kincaid fell to 131. Like,
yeah,
I think when Kincaid fell to 131, you should have stopped at 2.
Yeah, that's
like, but like all going towards him at every point, like all the
running backs kept drying up,
and like it sucks. It happens, but when that happens, you have to hit it with volume. Like I think that like Schultz plus Dell there should have been both running backs. Went with 6. That's just my take on it. But
no, I'm very similar because even if you're right on the Walker and Jacobs side, it's just thin. And the weeks that they're on bye, you're just totally hurting.
Well, like I don't know that you should have definitely taken a running back sooner. I think that you got unlucky with the way the room fell, being on the end of a room. Sometimes you're on the end of a room, you have to make a decision early, and it just ends up being the wrong one. There's no way you could have known. Like, and that's kind of what it looks like. I think Kirk gets a month plus. Yeah, I like the Christian Kirk thing. What up, Elim? So relying on Podluck. Yeah, for sure. So we're going to do one more draft. Do you want to do an Elim or Superflex over on Drafters?
I'm fine. Whatever you want to do. Whatever's easiest. Whatever you want to do. I'm totally on board.
Let's just do another Elim. I want these shared sweats. I am going to hit the countdown. I'm going to log in whenever I need to, and I'm going to run to the bathroom. So entertain people whenever we pop in. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, we're jumping in an Elim, everybody. We're jumping in 15 seconds.
We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
Well, this is filling up. We got 3 more spots to go. So jump on in. Hopefully we get a different pick so we can mix it up a little bit. Let me look at comments. Bring the good Steve dance. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm here to entertain you. And I'm let's see where we are at. We at the 10th spot. But we got a lot of the same people in here. We got Legion jumping in, Big Squeeze, Mr. Mufasa, Cade, Jake, Sladen. DFS takes my money. Not sure who the 12 spot is. If you're in, shout it out. I cannot see it because I don't have control right now. But I guess the 10th spot is good because it gives you a little bit more time. But you know, I do think the Elim, you do have to change your strategy. You should change your rank some. You have to balance certain types of guys, certain things like the I can't remember what it was. The draft with the wide receivers like Michael Wilson and Khalil Shakir and all those guys. Like, I'm fine with those kind of drafts because those kind of receivers I think are totally good for a Elim format. They hit your lineup, consistently. And again, we're looking for 120, 130 points. Like, we don't need 150s, 170s week in, week out.
All right. So we're back. Juan here in this draft as well. I don't know who you are, but you've been in both drafts. Welcome. We got Paul at the 2. We have Big Sweezy at the 4, Mufasa at the 5, Kate at the 6, the Jacob back at the 7. We got Sladen at the 8. We got the 10. We got Buddy Man at the 12.
And DFS takes my money is, I believe, in chat as well.
Okay. That is where was he? He was on here earlier. What's up, Sam? And by the way, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't hit the sub, go ahead and hit the sub. And if you aren't subbed over to Fanspeak, go give Fanspeak Network a follow. I just dropped the Fanspeak link in my chat. Click that, pop out of here for a minute, give them a sub, pop back over, then hit the like. And everyone wins.
Then go back and watch Who Tonight on Fanspeak Network playing Jeopardy.
Yeah, and then my opponent is Nice and Blunt, and I'm going to be on with Nice and Blunt after Jeopardy.
Nice.
So, Genty,
Yeah, I like that quite a bit.
I think I have him ranked at like 6 in Eliminator.
I mean, it feels good. I really like the upside of this offense this year. I think one thing that people don't give enough credit with is it's not just the Lindenbaum addition on the offensive line. They were without Colton Miller, their best left tackle, and their best guard, Jackson Powers Johnson, for over 10 games each last year.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, one of the actual ball knowers at work is a big time Raiders fan. I mean, I'm fully in on Chase Brown.
Yeah, I love Chase Brown here.
I'm kind of to the point I like Chase Brown over Walker and Hampton and everything else, especially the full PPR sites. But I also, in a single week upside situation, like I kind of like Hampton versus Kansas City more, like in week 17, or then Chase Brown versus Baltimore. Like I like the receiving side of the Bengals game in that, but for Eliminator, we don't need that,
Well, and the other thing with Chase Brown is in any game started by Burrow or Flacco last year, he had 10 plus fantasy points. Like that kind of consistency is just so huge. And many of those were in the upper teens, if not 20s.
Right. And Mick Nix here is like, absolutely like Tennessee and Raiders, like both of them done the same thing. And it shockingly didn't work for either one of them.
Yeah, shocking.
Shockingly. I just cannot believe it didn't work. And by the way, we did hit the goal for the Who Hames reveal. Because I did it at 107 subs or whatever. But I'm going to make another version of it. And I'm more comfortable on the mic and all that stuff, so the story will probably sound a little better. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe I'm going to do that tomorrow. I don't have a guest on tomorrow, so tomorrow would make sense for me to do that. I will make it a story. I will probably turn that story into – I'll probably crop it and turn it into its own, like, section that out and make it its own video. So we're going to try to do that tomorrow, I think. So if you guys want to know – more like the origin from where Who Hames came from, what the name even means, like that's what you'll find out tomorrow. And thank you for the 100 joules, Quill. What's up? The Fanspeak Substack I have linked in the descriptions, and if you use the code for an entire year, it's what, $27.99.
That's what it becomes. Yeah,
get both of your guys' rankings. If you become a YouTube member on my channel, you get my rankings. I only have rankings for Underdog and DraftKings. I'm going to redo my Elim rankings. I have some in there, but they're outdated at the moment. It's been like a week and a half since I've touched them. But yeah, like $35 a year without the code. With the code, it's $27.99 a year. And you get the Fanspeak guide, which is fantastic. I don't have it up right now. I can bring it up, but the Fanspeak guide is awesome. Like you get all the Spike Week charts, all the stats, all that stuff. There's a player here that I don't like as much as you that I'm fine pulling up if you want to. It does give us different bye weeks as well. Devonta Smith was the guy. We did just do an Olave team. I have David Montgomery pretty high in Eliminator. I'm fine just doing him.
Olave
or Hickett. We can do Hick. Oh,
let's do Monty. I'm good with that. I know it's a little bit of a pull up, but I like strong running back starts in this.
It's not like his ADP is 37.5.
Yeah.
So
like his early schedule:
week 1 Buffalo, week 2 Cincinnati,
week
3 Indy, week 4 Dallas.
Yeah.
There's a reason he goes where he goes.
Yeah.
And he probably finishes the Eliminator season at like 24. Like, we're just going to get more coach speak on him. Like it is such a strong pick. And like, we have our flex filled out now.
Yep.
So, I mean, we got Olave back. We could do Olave. We could do Ibuka, Wilson.
I'd be Olave or Ladd.
Do you want to do something different, or like
Let's do lad. Let's be a little different. Mike McDaniel feels like an offense to invest in.
the only negative there is there's more wide receivers we like down the board with by week 7. That's the only problem with the lad pick in Eliminator is you don't want to stack the bye weeks up as much, and like it does kind of put you there. So I do prefer the Olave in general, but I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. Yeah, that's right, Terry.
Yeah.
I was looking for his name, but yeah, I love the name. It's so good.
It might be the best name.
Oh, I made it, huh?
There you
Google
go.
AI said prominent fantasy football creator and analysis who specializes in NFL best ball and dynasty. Well, the dynasty part I don't specialize in. It's just on my profile for X. So you got Montgomery, the pick right before me. Well, you should have taken him. You should have taken him at 14, guy. Should have pulled him up to round.
See, I was thinking we could maybe push Monty around, but you're right. Like he was going to go.
Well, if they're used, some of these people, I don't know. I don't think Terry is. I don't know if Buddy also isn't. But like if they've watched my video, they're going to look at all that stuff. And so something I talk about on that, like if you think that Houston's offense is going to be better this year, like so I have two charts on the members only video. One side is strength of schedule without any input for how good your offense is. And it's all scaled based on, and I go over what scaling I used. I kind of made it up, but I did something that makes sense. I discussed it with Gunnar Ross, and Gunnar Ross thought that the way I was doing it makes sense. And the guy who got second place in Eliminator last year, it feels like a good guy to discuss that with, right?
Yeah, not too bad.
So like I went ahead and did that. And like I think that we got to something that makes a lot of sense. And one side is scaled without any input into how good your offense is. And the other side is scaled to only how good your offense is supposed to be scoring points per week. And then it's scaled. So like if you think that this offense is better than the market does, like, well, in that metric, Houston is the second best offense to target in the Eliminator based on that metric.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Yeah, we got J-Mo Watson again. I mean, it would be a different version of either one of these teams. I think we take J-Mo.
I think J-Mo is my lean. Yeah.
There's more by week 11 players out there.
For sure.
So I know my ranks have Watson ahead, and I just think Watson's going to have a better season. I was looking up Watson's stats today. Like, do you know what his stats were last year?
600 yards, 7 touchdowns, something like that.
Yeah, on how many receptions?
I'd say 50.
35. 611 yards on 35 receptions.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Like, and this is a spike week game and the other versions of best ball. Like, I knew I was really in on him on my very original rankings, but that is wild. All right, so we could go with Rome here. We could go with Tate. We could. I don't hate the Tyler Warren pick. We could just take an elite quarterback. I'm good with whatever.
I think I do like Drake May, but I think Rome is a good click here.
I think so too. I think it may take a week or two for, like last year, Rome was the guy who dominated early in the season, right?
Yeah.
Like what if we just run that back?
Yeah, and I know people are worried about this foot injury, and sure, if we were talking dynasty football, maybe I have some Rome worries, but this year I don't really have a worry.
Yeah, and like Slade's saying, like he's not Woody Marks.
Yeah.
Hit me with a review on this one, fellas. I just signed up.
Nice.
It didn't. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't give the thing, but
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do it all the time. But welcome.
Welcome to the Hook Crew.
But yeah, like whenever you're done with this, go watch that video. Also, if you join my Discord, which the link is down below as well, if you link your Discord to YouTube, you'll see a ranking section and you'll also see a members tool section. That members tool section is the base chart for what I use for the eliminator stuff. So you can go see, like you can use that in every draft. All you got to do is go to the Discord and pop it up. And while you're doing eliminators, you can look at that information. So it's a nice little bonus that you have. If you think the information was good, that like if you think it sucked, you can ignore it. Like it's good too. Like so I have a ton of Dak Prescott because like the Cowboys projected point totals throughout the early part of the season is pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you need help with it, just message me on Discord too. We'll be able to. It was Jabron jumped in there the other day and couldn't get his link thing set up, and I worked with him through it. So once you do it, you don't have to do it again. And any other Discord that wants to make member channels, like, and if I don't know if you guys know how to do that, I can show you how to do it. It's pretty easy, actually. It took me a while to figure it out, but it's pretty easy. You can make members, like, make your Discord see the members only.
Oh, okay.
And then you can make certain channels that have strategy essences and stuff like that in it. So, I mean, we passed on, I mean, this kind of like, I think Sutton might be a good
Sutton
pick, but it is double by week 10.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I think it's okay. And again, while stacking isn't premium, like I like Knicks a lot, in a little bit.
Well, we're either going to have to take one of these quarterbacks next.
Yeah.
Like, I think we just take Blake Corum if he comes back around. And honestly, like, I'm fine taking Corum here and being done if he comes. And if he doesn't come back, I want Tyson kind of, or Brock Purdy, or Jackson Dart.
Tyson went, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my lean would be quarterback because I think we have such a strong running back start, but
yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
I think Brock. I mean, the Jackson Dart thing, I like him. It does worry me. We're talking Matt Nagy here, as you know better than most. Matt Nagy, he failed with two young quarterbacks in Chicago, and maybe anyone would have failed with them.
Right.
Mitch Trubisky and Justin Fields, but just doesn't bode well. Like his big successful year was, Alex Smith's 12th year in the league. Like that was his big year before he got the Bears job. So I don't know, like Jackson Dart, I'm going to have a percentage of him, but I don't necessarily think he's a great eliminator pick, just because I think it could take some time for that offense to like, particularly the passing side. If there's no Malik Neighbors, like how good are we feeling about Jackson Dart's early season projection?
Well, Dallas, Rams, Tennessee, Arizona, Washington, New Orleans.
I mean, the schedule is good. I'm just saying, like, we
which
just
is
talked
why
about it.
Scatabo is so fun for the early season. Like, they're an offense that I do worry. I have a lot of Scatabo. I'm sure you do too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not worried about the injury. I'm worried about the Nagy side. Like if they would have signed, if they were the team that signed Eric Bieniemy and not Kansas City, like I'd be chasing Scatabo up to the mid-third, up to Breece Hall. Like, but it is part of the worry, and that's part of the reason why he goes where he goes.
Well, and just to the point, like let's just look a year ago. We had two top quarterbacks, May and Caleb Williams. They started slower. They were much better down the stretch, including May leading to the Super Bowl. I mean, both were playoff guys, and these were, year 2, 1 and 3, first and third overall pick. And those were with the offensive minds of Josh McDaniels and Ben Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking Jackson Dart without his top receiver, likely. He would have likely, but without Malik Neighbors, potentially. I just have real early season concerns with Jackson Dart.
No, I get it. I do totally get that. Like the
Whereas like
Neighbors,
Purdy, it feels real good.
oh yeah, Brock Purdy is such a good pick right now. If Stafford makes it to us, I'm instantly taking him. Like just securing all those touchdowns, like feels really good.
Yeah.
Laporta falls in all these rooms, and I don't get it. The fact that Kyle Pitts is ahead of him, and to me, is kind of wild. I know Kyle Pitts was second last year in receiving yards, but I mean, we could do Bo or we could do Laporta.
I think I lean Bo next, but I mean, I love Sam Laporta, so
I think we,
let's do Laporta.
yeah, I think we do Laporta here. And if Bo goes, we still have, like,
True.
we bought ourselves into that too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So like it meant more, and I don't mind just buying into a good offense that I think is going to pass a lot too. Like, so I think that we're almost for sure all three of those quarterbacks don't go, right? And if they do, we get a stack, you know. So I think that pushing that is the move. And I kind of, I don't know why I have Goff so far. Like there are some things I need to change here with my picks. Now, our current quarterback has bye week 8, and all of these quarterbacks work pretty well with him.
Yeah, no, I think taking Laporta was the right call for this reason.
Yeah. So, do we want Bo still?
I think Bo. I mean, I love Goff, but
I'm gonna have so much Jared Goff in Eliminator that like I don't mind having to share a Bo.
Yeah, I don't remember like their Denver's early schedule, but it just feels.
Good. Well, week 1 is Kansas City, and then Jaguars.
I think those could be good. Neither team has a good secondary.
Yeah, Rams, San Francisco Chargers, Seattle. So like it's not like horrible, but it's definitely not good.
Yeah, Rams don't feel good.
So you know how I don't like Arizona anyway?
Yeah.
Look at Arizona's schedule. Like,
ooh.
Chargers, Seattle, San Francisco.
First 3 weeks are brutal.
But then they get into this stretch where the money really starts being won. Ram, Denver, Dallas, Seattle, Rams.
Yeah.
Like,
good luck, Jacoby Brissett.
Like, week 11 is when Carson Beck starts. like I've been saying it's week 14 this whole time, but it's like week 11. Yeah. So like for Eliminator specifically, like based on the stuff I have, they are so far behind like every other team. And like this is the chart that I use for the stuff. Like I'm not going to share the other tab, but they're not the single worst team with just schedule. That is actually the Carolina Panthers. Based on that stuff, Carolina, which like I don't know that part of it's because they have a week 5 bye.
Okay.
And so I weighted bye weeks as double playing the best defense in the league. I don't know if that math is correct.
Did you adjust for Cleveland yet with the Myles Garrett trade?
Yes. Yeah. It was actually 2 days after that trade is when that went live. I had all the math done and then the trade happened. And I basically, I have them in tiers. Like, so I tiered them and said like, these 5 are the best. These 5 are the next best. So I basically just swapped Cleveland to the second tier because they didn't go to being horrible. Right.
Yeah, I mean Jared Verse is still good, though. Yeah. I actually think the bigger thing for Cleveland is no Jim Schwartz. I think coaching matters quite a bit. So you lose the best defensive player plus one of the best defensive coaches. I think it could be tough for them.
I mean,
they have some good players, but yeah.
I mean, we're we're cooking on this team.
Yeah.
Like we can get Andrews or Kincaid and excellent offenses almost for sure here. There's 3 picks to go. I love both of those picks. Kittle, I don't think he plays week 1, but I think he plays like week 2 or 3 at this point.
Yeah.
Like Shakir fits this team perfectly as well.
I was just going to say Shakir, I think, is a good pick.
Like because we have Ladd plus JMO, who are both kind of more spike weeky guys, it is a double by week 7, which sucks. But like we're pretty strong at this position on by week 7 still with JMO, Rome, and Sutton.
Yeah.
So as long as we avoid
7
by
and
week
10,
7 and 10, we're
good.
pretty good. I don't mind this. And also, if you have best ball overlay, I haven't done this yet, but you can actually remove week 15, 16, 17 and put week 1, 2, 3 here and see the matchups.
Yeah.
So I just already have my own sheet that I've already done, and all of those things are put into my rankings. So I don't need to know them because I already have them figured out.
Yeah, Goddard feels good early season also. Washington,
yes,
Tennessee, Chicago.
Yeah, he feels really good. He's going up in my ranks tomorrow, whenever I redo them. Now, I think I'm going to push quarterback a little more since our first one's a little higher this time. I do still want a third with these two in Eliminator specifically. But yeah, I think Goddard allows us the flexibility to stop at 2.
Absolutely. But
we
could tack on one,
3.
but
yeah, it gives us the flexibility to do it, right? And like we kind of had the flexibility to stop at these 3 running backs. I don't love that because of a bye week 6. It gives us the flexibility to stop at 2 quarterbacks, and we have the flexibility to stop at 2 tight ends. Like we're just very well built. This is going to be an 8 wide receiver team, and probably a 4 running back team, maybe a 9 wide receiver team. I don't know. I feel like this team's just strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're only going 2 and 2, I'd throw the extra position at running back, just even from just like an insurance standpoint.
I think I would feel the most comfortable with a 2-4-8 or a 3-4-8-3. It's kind of or a 3-5-8-2. Like I think that would make sense too.
I think 3-5-8-2 is where I'd lean. But yeah,
that was yesterday, Goofy. For the drafters giveaway. If you sub to me once a week, I give away a drafters main ticket. So go ahead and join. What's up, W? How we doing?
Good to see you, Mega.
Yeah. So it shows me I got a new member on the YouTube screen, but it doesn't pop up all the time for some reason on the StreamYard right now. I'm guessing that it's from a certain phone service when they join. It doesn't, because it's been happening a lot lately. So I don't know. Like, but yeah, if you go and because I always keep my YouTube screen up too. But that's because I'm doing my timestamps during the countdown.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I forget. Like yesterday, I forgot. But I did like the last 2, and it shows them, but I don't have them all. So for those just popping in, I've seen that we got a couple more viewers right now. We are doing an eliminator right now. We started with the BBM. We did an eliminator. This is eliminator number 2. I think that a lot of these ADPs are going to change a lot, and I think that eliminator attacking it right now makes a lot of sense because I think Montgomery is going to move up. I think
that's a good point.
I think that some of these other players, I think these running backs are going a lot lower, especially these ones in the middle, like Rachaad White, like Blake Corum at 88. I think that he's going to kind of move up. I think that this whole tier will be in round 7 because everybody's so scared of running back. So I've been taking this time to do double anchor wide receiver builds to try to find these later guys who have guaranteed roles. So as you see, I actually have Rodgers ranked above. I
think you did this just for thinking Meg would be on, but
no.
I think it's a great pick here. I really do.
Well, I just read off Carolina's schedule.
Yeah. And
Hey, we got a super chat. We will get to that after our next pick. We are almost here. Oh, yeah, that's a good one too because it's a question.
that is a good question.
I know which one mine is.
Oh man, it's been so long since I've watched. I mean, it's such a great show, though.
I can't. I just remember the specific scene. Yeah, yeah. It was. I will definitely go. Like I remember which one it was, but I don't know what the name of the episode was. But I definitely remember what happened in the episode. All right, so Jawan Jennings is up here at the top again.
I don't mind that.
I think we just
Flournoy.
I think Flournoy makes a lot of sense with this. Like it's
Yeah.
a late bye week. We already have a bye week 6 here.
That's true.
I think Flournoy, like we want 3 double bye weeks? I don't think we do. I think the Flournoy makes the most sense. Unless we want to add like a Sean Tucker to this. So
let's go Sean Tucker. Actually, I like him. I think he is an Elim pick. He is. He's gonna have so many
and we're just looking for a touchdown in one of these games, right?
Yep.
All right, so on to the super chat. Favorite episode of the league, guys. Go. Well, before we do that, we got to do this.
If she got that end zone, I'm diving in deep smoothly.
All right, so mine is the episode where Rafi is talking about fear boners.
Oh God,
that is my favorite episode of the league. The whole fear boner episode was absolutely like top notch. What do you got? Which one was
man, I'm trying to remember specific episodes. There's just so many good ones. Like I remember certain scenes and stuff. Oh God. I mean, some of the times where they would do, I think they'd always be like the first episode of the season would be like their draft. And I think one time they went to Vegas, for like their fantasy draft. And I remember that being pretty insane. Maybe JJ Watt was in the episode. But God, I remember so many scenes, the Shiva trophy and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for the longest time, my like on like ESPN, my team name was My Password is Taco because it was just the greatest.
Yeah. So like Taco's songs, like the episodes that had songs at the end for Taco were like the best episodes all around. But like whenever we're talking about the bid equity, like the Rafi stuff was like priceless.
Rafi was insane.
Yeah, like literally he was insane. Like that's why it was so good. One of my favorite shows. The fact that they got the Cutlers in there. Like like what was her name? Like
Kristen
Cavallari or
Cavallari,
yeah. So I'm not gonna I don't want to misquote anything, but let's just say that I live reasonably close to like where Jay Cutler grew up, and a buddy of mine golfs with a sports writer, or like I used to work with a guy who golfed with a sports writer from his hometown, like all the time. And I heard a bunch of stories about Cutler's childhood, like demeanors, and it had me pretty out on him. Well, I'll just say that. Not saying all of it was true, but like this sports writer was. Who are the Rafi and Taco of the best ball community?
That's a good question.
I mean, if we're gonna like, I mean, Taco. If you want to do lazy analysis, like, wouldn't the Taco be Jamie because he does music? Like I don't really think that they're alike, but like, if you want to do lazy analysis, like we could go that route. All right, so we could do Alvin Kamara here.
I like that.
as an extra guy. It would be double by week 8, but I don't think it matters. Like, he's just a value, right?
Agreed. Yeah, definitely agree there.
And now we're just locked into wide receivers the rest of the draft, right?
I think so.
And that, yeah. So, like, the other analogy I was going to say is it's PPR and emo, right? Like, like I could see emo being like the Rappy style, like crazy, like loose cannon in the chat kind of guy, right? And then, yeah, and then Taco is PPR, like only because, not because PPR is that, but because after the Shady episode, people looked at him like that, right?
Yeah.
But like PPR is actually really good at this stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
as much shit as people give him, like he's really good at it. So I like Tesla in this format, but we can't take him because we have this by week 6 stuff.
Yeah. I
We
was
can't
going to say
take
Trey
him.
Harris.
I think we kind of have to go Ridley here because that's by
Ridley.
week 7. We have double by week
That's true.
7. We have
Oh,
by
that
week
I
6.
forgot Wade McConkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could just do Cup.
No, I think Ridley's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cup is a good eliminator pick for sure. But
I kind of lean to Horton and non-eliminators right now, but I could be wrong. How are we doing, Bruni? And if you guys aren't aware of Bestball Jeopardy, I'm going to be on Fanspeak Network later. Give them a follow. I'm going to be doing Bestball Jeopardy against Nice and Blunt, and then after either I get destroyed or Nice and Blunt gets destroyed, it won't be close. One of us is going to get absolutely destroyed. I'm actually jumping on Nice and Blunt stream after that, so one of us is going to get to make fun of the other one. So it'll be a great time.
yeah, that'll be good.
It'll be a good time. BBG is Andre for sure. Like, I think you could like just make the comparisons of like which one of the league, who from the league are these people in these communities, right? And you can kind of loosely get there if you really want to stretch it. No, I'm not ready. I'm expecting I put up like a B, a BF. Like I'm going to give myself a B before we go live. I don't think I'm going to completely fail. I don't think I'm going to look really good either. So I think that it's going to be like a B performance. I did not. I did. I'm going to have an hour. I'm going to have like 2 hours between now and then. Going to cram it. So I looked at a couple things. Yeah, the thumbnail is fire. I basically used this thumbnail for the members only stream I did 2 weeks ago, to where all the members, I let them jump in. And we're going to do another one this upcoming Monday night. But if you're a member, 7:30 p.m. Monday night next week, we're doing a member stream. We're going to go to DK. We're going to do a DK Millie. If the team gets to the finals, chat gets 50% of the equity. We will do a vote on if everyone in the chat, if 20 people roll randomly, if 10 people get equity, but we're going to draft the team and then we're going to do the rolls. But it will be a vote for that. But every pick is going to be a vote by the chat, and I'm going to try to decipher what they want the most. Every pick. I'm going to give myself 2 overrides. But it was fun the last time. We actually built a pretty okay team, believe it or not. Like, it wasn't a dead team. So we'll be doing that with the DK Millie. Because DK Millie, you got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Cup again?
Yeah, I think Cup is a great Olympic, that's for sure.
And I think we go with an upside swing next. I think we take a shot because we have plenty of floor now with Cup.
Yeah.
Really. Like, I think we can go with we could go
Would that be
a stribling stack.
What about Taekwon Thornton?
I think I love him here.
I think he is really good for this.
I actually have him ranked at 201.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have
just
Mooney ranked pretty high because I think he starts the season.
no, that's true. Mooney's a great pick here. Also, I'd be fine either
And he
way.
dodges. Both of them dodge both of our bye weeks, but we can take it
Yeah.
to Chief. Fernando Mendoza is way too cheap. This is an eliminator. I don't like so in eliminator. I don't think Mendoza should be drafted at all. But in regular best ball, I think Mendoza is pretty reasonably priced. I don't think he's like overpriced. I don't think he's underpriced. I I do really like their week 17 game. I actually have like 12% Mendoza. I think he's my number 2 overall drafted player in Superflex as well. So I like him. I like the upside, but I also don't know. Like I think he doesn't start till like week 8 or 9. I think the market believes it's going to be week 5. If he starts week 5, he's underpriced for sure. Like,
Yeah.
but I just don't see them giving up that early.
I think the
our first draft was a BBM.
Yeah. I think you could do, you said undrafted. Like, I mean, if you're taking him in like the 17th, 18th round, you have like 2 top quarterbacks and you're just throwing them on, sure. But I think he needs to fall considerably in these drafts.
Yeah. So my favorite tight end and eliminator. I really like. You said outside of top 10. Like, honestly, it's Dalton Kincaid. Because if you take Kincaid, you're probably taking 3, but he's absolutely giving you like 3 17-point weeks. Like, he is going to be a separator some weeks. And an eliminator, you do need that to some degree. Like, we have separators possibly up here, right? Like, but getting a separator at tight end is really good. I think Dallas Goedert is one of the best. I think Dalton Schultz, if you believe that the Texans offense is going to be better, I think Dalton Schultz is one of the best eliminator specific picks for this. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking him either. I mean, I do think
I didn't like him as a prospect. That he did
I do
nothing.
think we could see, I mean, we see this every year, guys who we think are totally dead and then they come back. But yeah, I don't think it's worth investing best ball capital into. That's something where dailies, DFS, situation changes, an injury happens, something like that. But it's just not worth it to me to invest in best ball.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to take a 0 from last year in the last round, give me Trevor Etienne, like who I haven't taken yet. Like, if I'm going to take that shot, I want the guy who has less like not less competition, but more fragile competition in front of him. Chuba and Jonathan Brooks have both been hurt before.
Yeah.
Right. And Jonathan Brooks has been very hurt. So like Jalen Warren never really been hurt. Rico Dowdle's never really been hurt. So like they're both very sturdy backs. Like, give me the guy that like is in an offense we know is going to run the ball. Like with Mike McCarthy, like we kind of expect him to pass the ball a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Caleb Johnson never profiled as a receiver out of the backfield. They forced him some balls in his senior year, but like he doesn't profile that way. So, yeah. So let's review this team and the members' teams. We got a 3-5-8-2. We got Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, and Aaron Rodgers. Feels good. We got a naked Aaron Rodgers. Guess what? I don't care. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter at all in a limb.
Now, Ashton Genty, Chase Brown, David Montgomery, just absolute fire. And then Sean Tucker, Alvin Kamara, like just cooking, just straight cooking at running back. Ladd McConkey, Jamison Williams, Roma Dunze, Cortland Sutton, Khalil Shakir, Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Tyquan Thornton. Tight ends, Sam Laporta, Dallas Goedert. That feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this team a lot. And like I said, I think that we could get some bad news. Like last year, I done a bunch early, and we got the Rashee Rice news, and I lost 28% of my teams. Uh, I don't really see a whole lot of that kind of stuff happening.
No.
Like maybe an injury, maybe Javonte
Sure.
Williams gets hurt pre-draft or preseason, and like my 40% Javonte Williams, I have 40% in 30 drafts.
Yeah.
Like I think he's that good of a pick and eliminator. Like he's probably just scoring a touchdown every week, right? Like
I mean,
like
given their point projection, you're
yeah,
expecting that.
yeah. So like, yeah, just give me that every week. And then yeah, I really like that team. We got Legion here. I'll get to chat after I go through all of these. We got a 3-5-7-3. We got Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, and Cam Ward. I actually don't mind adding a third quarterback in any situation in Eliminator. Would I have pushed? I probably would. Without looking at the rest of the roster, I probably pushed the Cam Ward pick to like throw on and take a Brissett or a Tua in like round 16 just as a third. Although Brissett would be a week 14 bye with him.
Yeah.
Or throw on like Watson. Like I guess we don't know who the quarterback is there. I'm not really going to take any of the Cleveland guys until we know, right? Bijan, Jeremiah Love, Travis, Rashad White, Mike Washington, very strong.
Love that room.
Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, Mekhi Lemon, Romeo Dobbs, Malik Washington, Shamir DK, and Darnell Mooney. So you pulled the DK up because of the stack, I take it? Or do you just like him? Let me know. And then we got Ferguson, Hunter Henry, and Dulcich. So, like, if you pulled DK up purely because of the stack, and it's not just because of a take that you like him. If you like him, that's great. Like, whatever, it's fine. But if you did it for the stacking reasons, like stacking matters way less in Eliminator, so I wouldn't love that. But other than that, like, team's very good all the way through.
Yeah, I'm glad he got Mooney just because, Malik Washington, I think, is a bit more risky, and DK is definitely risky as well.
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll get to that here in a bit. We have a bunch of teams to review. And then we got Mufasa here. Actually, let me double check. But who are your favorite late round tight ends, like for an eliminator? So I know you haven't drafted many, you haven't really done your research, but in theory, who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, this is less like schedule based and more just like role and potential. I absolutely agree with you. Co-signed the Dalton Schultz thing, and I was going to say, because I think the original question was after the top 10. I think Dallas Goedert would be my guy. No AJ Brown, breaking in some rookies, like good, which should be a good offense, particularly early on. I think he could be the number 2 option on the team. And the other one I'd point to is Hunter Henry. He's one of the best red zone roles of all tight ends. I think the offense is going to be better. I think they throw the ball more, and I think you just get them at way too cheap of a price.
Yeah, so no cap. Tomorrow morning, maybe late tonight, I'm going to be redoing my eliminator rankings, and you can get all of my rankings like being a member, or you can just watch the stream and look at the numbers. But I have Kincaid ranked way above ADP. Like Kincaid, I have him 16 spots ahead.
Wow.
Like number 1, because that's not his real ADP in anything else.
Yeah.
People are scared to take the spike week guy, but if we're all taking 3 or 4 tight ends, why would you be scared to take the spike week guy? Like, why don't you want to attach to the great offense? Like, he is the clearest pick to me at tight end in Eliminator by far. Like, by far.
Well, I think he's better in a limb because, let's say he does get injured and miss time. That's down the line. Like, and sure, if your team's cooking and you're missing him, week 12, that sucks. But boy, if he helps you get there, you're not going to say it sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, he said he agrees with the third quarterback. Like, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's a minor thing. It's like we're looking at these teams that most of you guys know what you're doing. Most of you guys build solid teams. Just looking for a constructive criticism that could possibly help. right?
Yeah.
And like that's it. Like it's the DK like reaching on him, like or push it because you had a lot of capital already there. So we got a 3-5-7-3 here by Cade. Josh Allen, Malik Willis, and I don't like. I know he fell 20 picks, but that's because he's still 20 picks ahead of where he should go. We got CMC, Omari and Hampton, Tajay Spears, and so another thing I will say about that specifically. Josh Allen historically is really bad. Like the last 2 times he's played this Texas defense, I think he scored under 10 fantasy points. Week 1, they play the Texans.
Yeah.
So it's not like written in stone that that's going to happen. But like if you get past week 1, Josh Allen's schedule is actually pretty sweet. So Detroit sounds like somebody might push them. Chargers, New England, Rams, then the Raiders, and then a bye week. So like, and then Baltimore, like that feels like a really good, like the Raiders ones might not, but like you get 4 games in a row that could be Josh Allen nuke weeks, right?
Yeah.
But like the Texans matchup, because we know what style that DeMeco Ryan wants to play, he's not going to run the score up and force Josh Allen to do Superman Josh Allen stuff. So even if he has a better game than usual, he's not going to have a 25-point game most likely in week 1. So the Mendoza pick on a Josh Allen team, in my opinion, is even worse than normal because Josh Allen's week 1, like he's a guy you want to get to week 2. In my opinion, the way I'm going to play Josh Allen is I'm still taking 3 every time, but I'm going to be attacking a different, like make sure I have 2 others that have week 1 matchups because I'm going to assume that Josh Allen doesn't start for me week 1. But it could just be that I'm wrong and I take too much a quarterback. Like that could happen as well.
No, I agree with that overall assessment, and also Willis having an early bye week. It's like he's not going to help those 2 weeks probably, and week 1, like you said.
Got it. Yeah, I basically don't value week 17 at all in a limb. So like, if you get to week 16, you make $50,000.
Yeah.
Advancing out of week 16, you win $26,000. But then you get a play. So like you win more money. I think you go from 25 to 50. I think it is. Let me look.
I believe that's right.
No, you go from 20 to 50. So you win 30K to advance out of week 15 to get to 16. And then you win less than that to get to the finals, but you're in a 3-person final to win 200,000. So like So like if you get third, you actually won more from week 15 to 16, which is kind of hilarious. Like, it's like you did get eliminated. Like, you won more money, but you did get eliminated, right? Like, you did. It really happened. Running back, Christian McCaffrey, Omari and Hampton, Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen, Katron Allen. Correlating Allens. I like the Spears pick here. I feel like this is sort of on the thin side for Eliminator. But, like, you got the double anchor, and I'm going to guess your wide receivers are absolute fire. So, we'll see. Like, I'm going to guess that whenever I look at the wide receivers, I'm going to say that about your 5th wide receiver should have been another running back. Egbuka, Adams, Harrison, Quentin, Pittman, Pearsall, Jaden Higgins, and then Tyler Warren, Dalton Schultz, and Kenyon Sadiq. Love the tight end room. Like, I don't mind the Sadiq as a third option, even if it is the same bye week. If you get to week 13, you're laughing already. So I do think one of these two should have definitely been a wide receiver and just pushed a wide receiver till later. Like Egbuka, Adams, Harrison, Quentin Johnson, Pittman is a very, very strong, all of them different bye weeks. That is built out very, very well. Even taking Ricky Pearsall next, like, fine. Like, I think that Jaden Higgins was a big fall. So, like, although I think these ADPs are kind of fake, like, I get it. And like I don't know, let's look and see what was available there. It might be the old nothing came back too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like Keaton, literally no running backs went between only Keaton Mitchell went between C-Rod and Woody Marks from pick
That's
118 to
pretty wild.
144. And I think that Woody Marks is a awesome pick for Eliminator. If
Agreed.
David Montgomery has that insane schedule, guess who also has that same schedule? It's
Yep.
Woody Marks, right? So, like, I think Woody Marks is maybe one of the most underrated picks right now in Eliminator. So, and like, I get it. Higgins, same thing, right? Higgins, same thing. But with this specific team, you were already 60 at wide receiver, and you only had CMC and Hampton at that point. I personally would have and just looking at the running back room, I knew that I would feel that way. But I could be like, you're just looking at double anchor. The problem is week 7 and 8, right? If you get there, week 7 and 8, it's going to feel very thin when you're looking at Omari and Hampton and Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen, Katron out. Like, maybe not. Maybe Katron cooks. Like,
Well,
that's
the problem is he's
bet.
week 7 also. So like week
Yeah.
7, it's just Spears or Allen filling in.
Yeah.
And that is, but you could face another team who's weak, because week 7 is such a strong week overall.
Or has a bye week or an injury or something, right? Like, yeah. All right. Najee. Legion should have been. Oh. All right. We got a 2-8-7-3 here by the Jacob. Caleb Williams, Matt Stafford, 2 awesome offenses. Love it. And Caleb Williams plus DeAndre Swift, let's just secure points in the offense. I do this a lot in Eliminator.
Yeah.
Jadarian Price, Jonathan Brooks, Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Pacheco, Marshawn Lloyd. I don't like Jadarian Price at all in any format, but like you did build this in a way that makes sense. He did go to 66. You have 2 guys you can consider as an anchor, and then Brooks might come on. Pacheco will fall into the end zone randomly. Marshawn Lloyd has the big upside. He's probably RB2 in an offense that historically has ran a lot more than pass recently, although I feel like this year it might change. But a lot of people felt like last year it might change, and it didn't, even with the injury to with Jacobs like being in and out of the lineup some, right?
Yeah.
We got Amon-Ra, Drake London, Rashee Rice. Like just, I mean, that is so
Ton of
good.
volume. Yeah.
Alec Pierce at 90. I think he misses maybe 1 week at most. Like I've taken him an eliminator. And it is on teams like this where I have like at least a double anchor. But I'm getting this feeling that he's actually going to be ready week 1. I don't know.
Taking advantage of the fall here because he gets some 6 picks past ADP if we get news for a format like this, if we get news in August that he is ready week 1 or only misses week 1, like you said, his ADP will go up to like 70. It's going to move up.
Exactly. So like I'm taking a shot or 2 on Alec Pierce right now, building it as he's going to miss 1, maybe 2 weeks, and just like taking no other chances at that position. And that's what you did here if you like Jerry Jeudy. Juwan Jennings, Jerry Jeudy, and Antonio Williams. I don't mind the structure of this room in general.
No.
I have 0 Jerry Jeudy. I'm saying it's 0. I might die to it, but
I think Jeudy is better in a limb though, because he is. Like early on, he's probably going to get more targets, but then it's Concepcion and Boston overtake him.
I actually have him ranked ahead of ADP in a limb. So, I don't like it though. Like it doesn't make me like it.
I get that.
Gunnar Helm, Chigga and Colston Loveland.
That's great.
Like, yeah, it's other than the one little thing. I think that everything here makes sense. And I actually think Keaton Mitchell is a better pick. My big problem with Keaton Mitchell and everything else is I think he's going to have usable weeks, but I don't think he's going to have weeks over like 15, 16 points. Well, if he has 4 or 5 12-point weeks, that's awesome for Eliminator in a room like this. That's fantastic. Like, I think that Keaton Mitchell is a much better pick and eliminator than he is in Best Ball Mania. And everybody else looks at it the opposite way.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just he's still so hard to predict when. Like the Tyron Tracy's, the Woody Marks, even the Alvin Kamara's later, they might have the same number of 12 to 15 point weeks, but I think we can just count on those guys a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I agree that Monty could be an absolute beast, and I also agree. Like this is the only reason people are drafting Jerry Jeudy. This is literally the only reason. Like if you were promised that Jerry Jeudy is staying on the Browns, are you in or are you out?
For eliminator or in general?
For anything.
I still think for eliminator, because it could be the first 8 weeks, he is just wide receiver 1 on the team, and in the 180s where he got him, that's fine.
All right, we got Slayton. Apparently he drafted Sharps. We got 2-6-8-2. Drake May, Jackson Dart, running backs. At 200, maybe. Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Manungai, JCM, Jonah Coleman, Charbonnet. Honestly, I don't hate the Sharps pick.
No, not 200.
To cover by week 10. I actually don't mind it. I don't know where I have him ranked. And like I said, my ranks are going to get updated tomorrow. I put him at 250.
I did the same thing, but it's 200 is just a different ballgame. I just wanted none of him in the 160s, 170s,
Right, yeah. All right, wide receiver, Zay Flowers, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Jalen McMillan, Adonai Mitchell, Debo Samuel, Trey Harris, Torrey Horton. Absolute fire room. I love the Torrey Horton thing. I don't like it as much in Elim, but you've got enough volume here. This is a last round pick. If he's there in week 4, you're fine. Kyle Pitts and Kincaid. I love this.
That's great tight end room.
This is one of the best teams I've seen Slade draft all year. I love this team. I really, really like this team all the way around. It's even got JCM on it, who I think is one of the worst picks on the board. But it could be a really good pick, right? If that running back capital hits, structure wise, this makes a lot of sense. And even if the JCM pick is just an upside swing pick, he's running back 4 at this point.
Exactly. No.
Then we got Buddy Man. We got a 3573 new member. Sorry it took so long to get to you, but we got chatty. Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, Tua. Love this.
Yeah, that's the perfect limb room.
Yeah, anchor into 2 trash bags.
Who should both definitely start through Burrow's bye,
Yeah. And that's kind of I do that with Josh Allen a lot. The Geno Smith plus Bryce Young, right? You got a week 5 bye for Bryce Young, but who cares? Geno Smith, they're both going to be there for Josh Allen's week 7 bye, right? James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Jacobs, Dobbins, and Najee. Don't hate it. If Najee lands somewhere, he's a great Olympic. I'm probably going to take 0 Najee until he signs, though, because where does he move up to if he signs anywhere? If he moves to the Cowboys, if he gets the single best landing spot he could at Cowboys or Lions, he moves to what, 130 or 160? Probably.
I think it should go higher if he gets those spots, but I think most landing spots are in the 160s, 170s.
Yeah, maybe 135 or something. Maybe he moves up to around C-Rod, maybe.
Yeah.
At most. Which would be a huge value, but that's if he signs in those spots. And they don't really sound like either one of them want to sign anybody.
No, right now currently it doesn't sound that way.
Wide receiver, Tedero McMillan, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Myers, Wandale Robinson, Stephon Diggs, Dontavian Wicks. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be lower on Tet and Eliminator just by the way the chart looks, but I like Tet as a prospect. Kittle at 132. I was thinking about shopping for him and then just building behind him, but like in the 130s is like kind of a pretty good spot. Like if he does so I think the idea that he starts week 2 is kind of on point because are they gonna have him with his like do the travel overseas week 1?
Yeah.
I don't think he travels overseas week 1. I think that's a really good point. I forget who brought it up, but I don't see that
I've been
being a
saying that
thing.
all along. Like, there's just no way he's going to Australia.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a long trip.
Yeah, I heard it from you. I've heard it from like 3 or 4 other sources.
Yeah.
I think that's just a logical thing. And then we got Gadsden and Gesicki. So this room feels thin because like Gadsden is an upside bet. Gesicki, I do like Gesicki way more in a limb. I will say that.
I think for me, it's even if Kittle does start week 2, I also do think they could like split that role early on. You know, like I think it could be a while before we see George Kittle. And so with that, I don't necessarily love the Gadsden and Gesicki anchors with them, just because they're very spike weeky. And, you know, you could have some like week 2, week 3, week 1, you could have like 3-point games, you know, is kind of the question.
Yeah. So ever in flux, like saying Judy is not a complete bum. I'll just disagree. Like I'm just gonna flat disagree. Like he's always been a bum. He's never been good. The only time he had all those yards that one year, but that wasn't a Jerry Judy stat. That was a Jameis Winston stat.
Maybe they trade him to the Giants.
It's like, I mean, if he goes to the Giants, I'm in. Like get Jackson Dart out of there, put Jameis in, give me some Jerry Judy. At that point,
we in the Underdog Dailies that week, who Ames is drafting Winston Judy 1-2.
Yeah, I'm literally I'm not even drafting Winston Judy 1-2. Like I'm Jackson Dart starting that week, and I'm just like, there's a chance. There's a chance. Let's do it. All right, but I want to thank Steve for coming on. I think I got about 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes before Bestball Jeopardy. But I'll be over on Fanspeak. We'll be doing that. I need to make some food, brush up on something real quick, like the quote strategy that I don't know if I'm going to get to. But if you're new to the channel and you haven't subbed, go ahead and hit the sub. Thank you for the membership. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks again, Steve. Let everybody know where to find you.
Yeah, check us out on Fanspeak Network. Like who said who'll be on there in just less than 2 hours for Bestball Jeopardy, and you can catch our Fanspeak DGen Substack as well, and use the promo code that Who has here for 20% off. It's a one-time payment for an entire year. But yeah, I had a lot of fun jumping in here, doing these drafts, and talking ball like always.
So was the Eliminator Streets as horrible as you thought it might be?
It's not that it's horrible. It's just for me, I'm only going to do like 20 teams, and I want more data.
I want to max it. I think my finances are going to be 100. I think that with the data, with the charts that I've made, I think I kind of do have an advantage. I put a lot of work into it, and I do think that I can build some really good I think I'm going to build an average better team than most people at this point. Like I'll be upset at myself if I don't. But at the same time, it's just like if you have a really bad week 1, you could just be down to like nothing.
Yeah.
Like it is a brutal contest. Like it really is. But I do think that like searching out the floor. And I think that the teams that go really far are going to be the double anchor wide receiver ones that still get the running back value.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that at this point in the season is like when you want to do that, when we can do that. So like I drafted this one running back room or this one room here. Where is it? This one right here with Jerry. But we got Lamar 46. We got Jordan Love. We got Javonte, Quinshawn, Stevenson, Dowdle, White. That feels really good, right?
Yeah.
Puka, Nico. Still.
That feels
Pittman, Pittman. Then we pushed all the way to the end. Ridley, Tesla, Adonai Mitchell, Jeremy Bernard, Darnell Mooney. So we just went all like double anchor, just give us some points. Andrews, Chig, and Henry right in the middle. Like, I think teams like this aren't going to, like, I think that all these players are going to go up in price.
Yeah.
Those four.
And I think that's the way to draft is identify the guys who are most likely to go up and be taking them now because those combos, the depth, you're just not going to get later. So if you are doing volume, it's like, focus on those guys. Avoid the guys who could be the exact opposite,
And here's another one I done. This was by myself on stream. Dak Prescott, Mahomes, Goff. Goff fell to 117. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, who I hate for Eliminator. Swift, Jadarian Price, who I also hate for Eliminator because it was boxed out. Jalen Warren, Blake Corum. So, like, I don't love these names, but I don't hate it. Like, we do have double by week 11, but we got our anchors there still, right?
Yeah.
Puka, Pickens, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Debo, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Chig, Schultz, Parkinson. Like, so I think that, like, I think Corum's going to, like, he's going to move up from that. Jalen Warren's already moved up from that. Jadarian Price might fall, but DeAndre Swift's you already can't get him at 45. Like, he's kind of going closer to the other side. So I don't love the Jeremiah Love, but he's up 28 here in Eliminator. Like, you got to kind of have to, right?
Absolutely. And so, no, I think, like you said, you put in the work for the charts and, you're drafting with a lot more intention. Yeah. And I think that's the way to do it for sure.
Yeah. But once again, thank you for popping in. Bestball Jeopardy tonight. I'll be over there. You guys can I'll be the hero or the villain. We'll find out. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.